Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 406. Number 406 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, folks, if you have not already done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. And I'm also on Gab, folks. I'm also on Gab. If you don't know what it is, it's the Twitter alternative. You just type in your web address browser, gab.ai. And you can go ahead and register there for free. I'm also there with the same name, Politics Ghost, folks. Anyway, it is a Taco Tuesday. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I want to warn everybody ahead of time. I'm expecting somebody to come over here at my locale because I was expecting some delivery of Mrs. Ghost's Christmas presents. And, you know, whenever these delivery folks always say, hey, yeah, Mac, we're going to be there around maybe about 3 o'clock. Then we're going to be there, Mac. Well, unfortunately, they ain't here. And lo and behold, I got to do this broadcast. And, I bought some gifts for Mrs. Ghost. She's out shopping as well, taking advantage of all the specials that are out here because of the retailer sector out here really, really sucks. The online retail sector is where it's at. And, this is a side effect of online retail. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get stuff delivered here, and lo and behold, I'm still waiting. So we might get interrupted with that. If you hear Templeton barking up a storm, that means, there's probably somebody here at the front here. So I might have to take a little bit of Girl from Ipanema intermission if you all just could bear with me. Ain't going to take that long. But, hey, man, it's Christmas time, right? It's the holidays! Anyway, it's the holidays, folks, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Let's go ahead and get to the stock market before we get into anything else. And as I said, I warn everybody, I may be interrupted here because I'm waiting for a delivery of Mrs. Ghost's Christmas gift. So, I'm just while she's out, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's Taco Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get to the market, shall we? Now, once again, the markets are in the green here, and, they're touching all-time highs again. But as I stated, folks, this is fool's gold. It's a trap. It's a damn trap. If you don't believe me, just wait, all right? Just wait. I mean, in my personal opinion, every time these stock indexes hit the top, hit record numbers, all of a sudden you see some retraction. You see some contraction. It seems as if people are trying to sell off as much as they can while everybody's holding the bag. And I've seen this time and time before, folks. I'm telling you, be careful with this market. As high as it's going up, it can go crashing down at any point in time, and especially if we see the interest rate rising from the Federal Reserve, which we are going to. And I caution people about some of these numbers that are going to be coming out in the fourth quarter. I'm not too optimistic about these numbers that are going to be coming out in the fourth quarter. So you combine that with the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, folks, this is a recipe for disaster. But as I stated, even though we're going to see a contraction and maybe see a free fall of the market, probably a correction because there's not that many folks in the market, even the correction, even if the appropriate correction, I should say, is going down about 12,000, 13,000 Dow Jones because of the reactionary, impulsive, erratic investment community that we have today and the limited amount of players that are in this investment community. We could see a reactionary type of situation with the contraction that could bring the Dow Jones Industrials down to about 8,000 points again, just as we saw back in 2008, 2009. As a matter of fact, February 2009 was the apex of the whole goddamn crash, if you will. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and go through the numbers here. And as I stated, I'm not very optimistic about this damn market. I know everybody's out there saying, oh, my God, my 401ks never look better. My 401ks never look better. Look at me. I'm going to get to retire. I'm going to get to be able to travel the world. No. I think what you need to do right now is calm your asses down. If you folks have any kind of 401ks or any vested interest, especially related to your retirement as it pertains to this market, I would suggest to you, in my opinion, to cash out now. Wait till the crash happens. All right, when the crash happens, go right back in and start gobbling up damn blue chip, dividend-based stocks. They're going to be ripe for the pickings. They're going to be ripe for the pickings, man. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm sitting on cash right now. I don't own any. Well, I own stocks, but those are stocks that I have had for over 10 years plus. And, I mean, I can't lose on those stocks. They've already probably split in some cases, bought back in other cases, rose beyond belief in value in most cases. So, once again, I mean, I'm not worried about that. But if you have a vested interest in this stock market and it's tied to your retirement, I would advise you folks. You know, I know there's tax penalties and that sort of thing. But I think that even if you take the tax penalty, in my opinion, now you may want to consult some tax people on this because they may be able to roll over that money into tax-safe instruments, and then in turn you can cash out those tax-safe instruments and go right back in to certain stocks. So this, look, I'm not a tax expert. That's why I strongly advise everybody to get either a tax attorney, a tax expert in your field, if you're an independent entrepreneur, if whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, don't be gloating about these 401ks right now. Don't be gloating about your portfolio. Right now is temporary. I'm telling you this, folks. Mark my words. I'm the prognosticator of prognosticators, all right? They don't call me the badass of business for no goddamn reason, boy. I'll tell you that right damn now. Anyway, let me get to the Dow Jones. I mean, everything's on the plus side here. We got the Dow up 35.54 points, a percentage increase of 0.18% increase on the day, closing out the Dow Jones Industrials at 19,251.78 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. All right, we got the S&P also up today, 7.52 points, a percentage increase of 0.34% increase on the day, closing out the S&P at 2,212.23 points for the S&P 500. Let's get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is up today 24.11 points, a percentage increase of 0.45% increase on the day, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,333 points even for the NASDAQ composite. Now, as I stated, folks, people are going to be like, oh, my God, I'm so bullish in this market. Oh, look at my 401k. Look at my portfolio. I'm doing great. I'm telling you, there's nothing justifying these inflated rates. The only reason that these rates are so high, these index averages, the index composites, the only reason that they're so high at this point in time is not because of any profits or anything that the companies are doing within the S&P, within the NASDAQ, or within the Dow. Why we're seeing such inflated index composites is because, folks, all the stimulus packages, all the printing of the money, the quantitative easings, all this continuous printing of U.S. currency. And let me tell you, folks, it's out there. It's just not circulating. It's in the big pockets of those that had the biggest transfer of wealth in American history. And I strongly advise all of you dumbass idiot millennials that want to blame this and blame that for your problems, you need to read Stimulus Package 2 that was passed by Obama and the democratically dominated Congress. All right? They could have passed any goddamn thing, but you know what the first thing they did? Stimulus Package 2, the biggest wealth transfer in American history. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that there's been so much money printed, and a lot of the folks are saving that money. But you see, they don't know where to save that money because if they put it in a bank, the rate at which the Federal Reserve has been printing money, whatever interest rate a bank gives doesn't even cover the rate of inflation. So that's why, folks, you've got so many people putting their capital into assets, and we're witnessing what Carl Icahn has said many times is an asset bubble. All this money that's been printed out, folks, has been put in stocks. It's been put in real estate. It's been put in artwork. I mean, have you heard about these freaking Andy Warhols for like $30 million? I mean, give me a break, man. But you see, that's where all the folks that have accumulated all this stimulus package 2 and quantitative easing and all the printing out of this American currency, that's where they're putting it. And that's why we're seeing such increases in the stock market. This has nothing to do with earnings or productivity or forecasts of the future. Nothing. This has everything to do with the fact that the majority of folks that save their money, they're saving it in the stocks. They're saving it in real estate. They're saving it in artwork. They're saving it in all these other inflated asset-based avenues to put your revenue. And that's the only reason why we're seeing these increases in the stock market. There's nothing. This is a house of cards, folks. Listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to save you money because right now I know everybody's riding high, for Christ's sake. I hear now, within the past month, people are starting to eat at the damn restaurants again. I've been reading the reports in the trade on that aspect. These people are actually going out and eating Sizzler again. I'm cautioning everybody, man, be careful. All right? I mean, remember 2008, 2009, man, that rug was pulled out from everybody. Nobody even saw it except for yours truly, Peter Schiff, maybe a couple of other cats that were out here actually trying to sound off the alarm. But nobody else, I hate to say Ron Paul, but Ron Paul also, I mean, there was a few people out here that were trying to sound off the alarms, and nobody heard nothing. Everybody was just like, no, you're lying, Ghost. No, the American economy is so great. The American dollar is so great at the time. There's nothing happening. The economy is great. Oh, my God, man. Anyway, folks, let's get to the commodities, shall we? Because, I want to get through these markets here. And, look, I'm looking out for this delivery of Mrs. Ghost's Christmas gifts here that may interrupt the show. So, once again, my apologies if the show is interrupted here because we can have some we got deliveries going on here. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting a delivery at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, for Christ's sake. Obviously, that's not happening. Anyway, and like I said, the side effects of e-commerce right there. I'm just saying, all right? Anyway, let's get to the energy commodities, folks. Energy is down today. Now, I know people are asking, wait a minute, why is energy down today when OPEC supposedly agreed to cut production? Well, This is what I've been saying all along. This is what I said when they announced the deal of cut production. I said whether or not these people were going to actually cut production is a completely different story. And folks, even though they had announced the deal and agreed to the deal, the production levels have not cut, and this is according to the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency. I mean, all these producer countries are still producing. No one's cutting. So as a result of this, folks, we're seeing a contraction in the heavily run energy sector, for Christ's sake, which we saw a big, huge spike from last week when the OPEC jerk asses decided that, oh yes, we are going to come to an agreement, and we're going to cut the production. And shut up, you stupid moron.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
Anyway, folks, we're seeing a contraction here. WTI is down today, 88 cents, a percentage decrease of 1.70% decrease on the day, closing out WTI at $50.91 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also sliding, folks, on the fact that it doesn't appear that OPEC is cutting production, even though they supposedly came to a goddamn agreement. Brent crude is down 99 cents, a percentage decrease of 1.80% on the day, closing out Brent crude at $53.95 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've also got gasoline down, folks, 1.01% for gasoline futures. Natural gas is finally seeing some sell-offs after seeing 4 and change percent increases for the past couple of days. It is finally down today, folks, 0.55% decrease on the day for natural gas. And heating oil is down today, 1.13% on the day for heating oil. Now, let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold continuing to slide, folks. It is down today, $5.10 decrease. A percentage decrease of 0.43%, closing out gold at $1,171.40 per troy ounce of gold. Now, look, I know a lot of people are like, well, Coach Tommy, what the hell's happening to gold? As I stated, folks, everybody right now in the international community wants to be paid in U.S. currency, all right? Investors in the international community want to cash out in U.S. currency. Why? Because it's valuable. Why? Because it's the most sought after right now. All right? And as a result, the reason everybody wants to cash out in U.S. currency is because U.S. currency isn't falling in value like the euro, like the British pound sterling, like many of the damn currencies that are across the world today. So as a result of that, even though we've got so many damn outstanding currency notes thanks to the stimulus packages and the quantitative easings from the Federal Reserve, right now at this given time, we've got international investors wanting to take profits. They want to get paid. They want to take profits in American dollars, and because of that, that brings a little bit of scarcity with an American currency, which brings up the value of the American currency. And when the value of the American currency goes up, the value of metals specifically, the metals commodity, goes down. So always remember that, folks. All right, you look at metals to gauge the value of your currency. And if you put your currency next to gold, and for whatever reason it's a very high, expensive price for gold itself, well, then that means your currency isn't worth very much. And the value of that currency is diminished. But the lower the gold and silver price, the more the value of your currency. So always remember that. I mean, that's Finance 101. But, of course, they don't teach that kind of crap at school. You know what they're teaching? They're teaching people safe spaces and, you know, giving people Play-Doh and coloring books and all that crap. Social justice warrior pissing and moaning. That's what you get in goddamn education nowadays, for Christ's sake. You're not getting the kind of knowledge that I'm spitting on this broadcast, folks. Anyway, let me move on. We got silver down today also, 12 cents. A percentage decrease of 0.70%, closing out silver at $16.78 per troy ounce of silver. Copper is down today, 1.04% on the day decrease for copper, and platinum is up modestly again. It is up 0.05%. Who the hell wears platinum anymore, for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get to the agriculture, shall we, folks? And once again, the reason I go through these agriculture percentage increases and decreases is to give you an idea on why, when you shop at the supermarket, things are going up and down in price. I mean, that's what you have to know as a capitalist. You have to understand why you're paying more for that loaf of bread. You want to know why you're paying more for those oats. You want to know why you're paying more for ears of corn and chocolate and all that other stuff. I mean, so this is how you got to think as a capitalist, folks. You always want to know why you're paying more than you did the last time. And if you know that it's because of the market, well, then you have an idea on how to budget your grocery bill appropriately, if you will. Now, let's get to grain, shall we? Now, corn continues to go up, folks, and I'm over here in Texas. I'm looking at these corns that are, you know, being sold like gold out here. They're like $2 for $1 right now, and these corns suck. All right, I'm serious, man. They're not even yellow yet. You know, I mean, they're like half-ass teenager corns or something. And, you know, they're pulled off for the freaking stock, for Christ's sake, and thrown out for sale. I mean, that just goes to show you the scarcity that we did talk about when the Department of Agriculture released their crop report. It stated that corn was going to be a little bit scarce, and as a result, you're seeing that. You're witnessing that, and you're seeing the increase in corn prices. So, once again, corn is up today, 0.35% increase on the day. Wheat is down very modestly. It is down 0.37% decrease on the day for wheat after seeing big-time decreases throughout the month. We've got oats. Oats, I don't know what's going on with oats, but it continues to increase itself. Even when it pulls back on profits like it did yesterday, it comes back once again with a big percentage increase. Oats is up today. 2.46% increase on the day for oats. Rough rice is down today, 0.25% decrease on the day. Soybean is up 0.41%. Soybean oil is up 0.40%. And canola is up 0.27%. Now let's get to the soft, shall we? Now we've got cocoa, which is the base for chocolate. It is down 0.38% decrease on the day. So that means that anybody with a sweet tooth, it looks like, is going to have a decent Christmas without having to pay too much of a surcharge on any of these candies that you want to shove down your hole. All right, we got coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. You know, don't talk to me unless I have my coffee. You know?
Shut up, you stupid little prick. Anyway, we've got coffee down today, 1.73% decrease on the day. So does that mean we're gonna see these fruit bowls out there pay less money at Starbucks? Is that what we're going to see? We're going to see these people at Starbucks pay less money? I doubt it. And it's about time Starbucks relinquishes its monopoly on the losers that buy $10, $12 coffees, all right? I mean, is there not another alternative out here that can be created that can't replicate Starbucks? Good God. Anyway, we've got sugar. Sugar is up today, 3.01% increase on the day for sugar. So, you know, keep an eye on that price. If we continue to see increases, that could parlay into increased prices for candy canes, all right? And, of course, for pies and all that other good stuff, folks. Anyway, we've got orange juice. It is down today 1.41%. Looks as though got investors taking profits. Just taking a look at the 2-day intra chart, you can see that people were taking profits. We've got cotton. It is up today 0.45%. We've got lumber down today, and it continues its downfall. It is down 0.45%. Rubber is up. It is up 0.67%, and ethanol is up 1.13% increase on the day. Now, folks, let's get to livestock here. Now, we're seeing some increases in live cattle, and I think that this is going to be the beginning of the end of cheap beef prices, and those of us that have been taking advantage, I know I sure as hell have. Man, I've been getting freaking T-bone steaks, porterhouse, New York strips, you name it, baby. I'm talking prime ribs. You know, one of these big, rack of freaking prime ribs, for Christ's sake, man. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm taking a look at the livestock. I'm looking at live cattle right now. We're seeing increases in cattle feeder, which could bring those rosy, cheap beef prices to an end here shortly. Let's get to live cattle. Live cattle is up today 1.90% increase on the day. All right, so we're seeing almost 2% increase on the day. That trend, according to the chart, I'm looking at this chart, it looks like it ain't going to stop. So we could continue to see these increases, and especially during the holidays. Because, I mean, what do people eat during Christmas nowadays anyway? I mean, I know that I like to eat some extravagant steaks, maybe add some surf and turf. You know, I like surf and turf. You know, you get some badass Key West pink shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Or some freaking lobster, or some freaking, badass crab going on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking. That's a Christmas dinner there. You know, so I think this is what this is hinting towards. At least the numbers are suggesting that to me. Anyway, like I said, live cattle is up almost 2%. That's 1.90% increase for live cattle. Cattle feeder, folks, it is up today, 2.03% increase for cattle feeder. Now, folks, what have I been telling you about lean hog? Huh? What have I been telling you about lean hog? Baby, I've been saying it. And I know that there's been some people that listen to me that actually took this play and are reaping the rewards of this play because I told you so. Anyway, lean hog futures, folks. We said yesterday they were up about 3% and change yesterday. It is up again today. 4.88% increase on the day. The prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again. Oh, my God, folks. Anyway, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, folks, I'm glad we got through the markets there very quick. Like I said, I want to warn everybody we may be disrupted in the middle of the show because we may have a delivery because I have ordered, a lot of gifts for Mrs. Ghost. You know, I mean, we're not apart very much. So whenever I can kind of sneak in an order online or two, I want to be able to do it, want to be able to surprise her, that sort of thing. And, I guess you just cannot depend on, some idiot, Mac, we got to be there around 3 o'clock there, Yeah, we got to do that, Mac, yeah. So, like I said, you hear Templeton by any chance barking up a storm, it's probably because, somebody is here and we got to let them in. We got to make sure that the gifts are appropriately delivered. And, we got to make Mrs. Ghost happy. You know what I'm saying? We got to make Mrs. Ghost happy here. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead. It is a Taco Tuesday. And not to mention, it's the holiday season. And I don't know about you, but I don't know. I guess I'm feeling a little bit of the holiday season at this point in time. And the reason I say that is because Donald Trump is our new president. And I feel that even though we may see a contraction in the stock market, it'll be short-lived. And the emphasis, and this is according to the Secretary of Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, the focus is to get a steady, and I'm talking a sustainable, steady 3 to 4% GDP growth on a consistent basis. And if we can do that, I think that we're going to see a great economy. We're going to see people working again. We're going to see people with money in their pockets. We're going to see people spending money again. And to be honest with you, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I know it's going to take a little bit of time. It may take a year or so. Maybe the first year may be a little bumpy. But we're going to see the changes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see the changes. And one of the biggest change that we need to make is getting rid of Obamacare as a mandatory federal mandate to force people to purchase health insurance. I mean, that's just ridiculous, all right? Or obligating the employer to do it if they employ an employee over 40 hours a week. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And, you know, it's not as if, as an employer, I wouldn't want to give my employee health insurance. But right now, under the Obamacare scheme of things, the health insurance is so expensive, it surpasses the amount of money spent for the individual for their labor in general. So, I mean, it defeats the purpose of even getting a goddamn employee. That's why you're seeing this automation revolution happening. You understand that? That's why you're seeing this automation revolution happen. So, you know, that's the way it is. Anyway, you know what I feel like doing? Since I am here waiting for Mrs. Ghost's gifts here, and, you know, I'm in the middle of a show, I'm actually proud of myself. I actually got done with the markets rather quickly, so we can go ahead and move on. But you know what I'm going to do? Let's go ahead and crack open a beer. All right, that's what I'm going to do. More beer! That's right. You're damn right. All right, folks. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Once again, I do want to remind everybody that we do have Remove Kebab apparel still for sale, folks. I'm telling you this right now. It's a walking meme. It is awesome. I'm actually going to buy one of these and wear them. I bought all my shirts, but I'm going to wear this one especially because you're literally walking a meme. You know, people that know it are going to be like, hey, Remove Kebab. And then those that don't are going to look at you cross-eyed like, so what do you mean? You like kebab? You like shish kebab? You're like a competitive eater? You remove kebab. So anyway, folks, if you want some of that apparel, go to my Twitter account right now, PoliticsGhost, and click the pinned tweet on my Twitter account. All right, it's as simple as that. All right, get yourself Remove Kebab apparel. We got freaking stickers, mugs, hoodies, shirts, long sleeves, you name it. Remove Kebab! So anyway, folks, go to my Twitter account right now and click the pinned tweet on my Twitter account at this point in time. Now, before we get into Twitter shout-outs, one thing I do want to start getting into here is I want to start getting into the news here, and I want to talk a little bit about how Donald Trump literally cucked Boeing because of this Air Force One contract. Did you see this, for Christ's sake? I mean, this is brilliant. For you folks that are unaware, Donald Trump tweeted this morning that Boeing has the contract for Air Force One and that it's $4 billion over budget. $4 billion over budget. And he said, you know what? Unacceptable. Cancel the order. Oh, man. Cancel the order. And did you see what it did to Boeing's stock, for Christ's sake? I mean, one tweet from Trump dropped that stock like a rock. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, $4 billion over budget. And you see, folks, this is the kind of president we need. This is the kind of president we need out here. I mean, we need a president that understands that, hey, look, you're not going to take advantage of the American government any longer with these ridiculous overbid contracts. It's not going to ever be over budget again. This man is going to be fiscally responsible. And let me tell you, that's a good reason why our economy is going to be fixed up at this point in time, because we need to start cutting all this crap. But by God, man, I mean, that is, you're talking about a thug life moment. You know, for you folks that are unfamiliar with the thug life meme, well, you know, you're obviously not a part of the internets too much, but this is a thug life meme moment for Donald Trump canceling freaking Boeing Air Force One's contract over Twitter, baby. Gangsta! Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. And look, he gave a very clear and concise reason why he canceled the order. $4 billion over budget, ass cracks, for Air Force One. $4 billion? $4 billion! So give me a freaking break, all right? Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? All right, now, I guess we could go to Twitter. Should we go to Twitter shout-outs right now, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and go to Twitter shout-outs. Now, I'm not really too sure if these people are here yet. Like I said, we may be interrupted here by delivery that is going to be delivered here, Mrs. Ghost Christmas gifts. So, I mean, they were supposed to be here at 3. Obviously, that didn't take place. So that's what we're doing here. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs. And for you folks that are unaware, all you got to do to get a Twitter shout-out is go to my Twitter account right now, Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost, and retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. It's as simple as that. True Capitalist Radio Live. You retweet that tweet on my Twitter account, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. And look, I warn folks, I know we're getting a lot of new listeners, and I appreciate you folks for listening in live nowadays. And if you're not listening to me live, whether it's in the archive, I appreciate your patronage. But unfortunately, folks, this is the part of the broadcast where I attempt to extend a level of interaction with the audience. And unfortunately, a byproduct of that, especially here on the internets, you're going to have some obnoxious, disgusting, filthy, troll, terrorist, cyber vermin garbage that I don't think that people that spend a lot of time on the internet or don't spend a lot of time on the internet are used to. So once again, I warn folk prior to, you know, not just the Twitter shout-out scenario, but also the radio graffiti, which is at the end of the broadcast, because I know there's a lot of people that aren't really aware of what the hell's going on, and I've gotten a lot of tweets from people. I've gotten a lot of response from people asking me if this show's for real. Folks, this show is freaking for real, all right? These are real people, all right? I mean, you know, give me a break. You think I'm fake? How do you fake this? I mean, seriously, how do you fake this crap? Anyway, engineer, do we have any Twitter shout-outs to be had out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, we've got Zyklon Biff in the house. Young Ghost, what's going on? We got the Brony Network. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Jesus Christ, I got to do pony merch. I got to do freaking pony merch, for Christ's sake. I don't want to talk about that now. We've got Stay Off My Turf. We got Big Top Capitalist in the house, Swedish Capitalist. We got Danky Kang Capitalist. What's going on, man? Who else do we got going on over here? We've got Pennsylvania for Ghost. We've got King Sombra. We've got Patrick Reardon, Tweely Atkins. We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We got a DJ Reagan in the mix. We've got Sergeant Yoda. We've got Jizzmaster 3000. Oh, that's real funny, for Christ's sake. We got Bumper Cars with Frankie. No, don't. I know what y'all are talking about. Don't even say it. We've got Hans Guvensmith. We got Supa in the place. Ghost Brony Sellout. What are you talking about, Ghost Brony Sellout? What are you talking about? Hey, look, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Listen, I'm going to put some pony merch up here probably tomorrow, but I'm not going to only just put pony merch, okay? I'm going to sell something else for the fans out here, probably an autograph of I was thinking about this, maybe a Ghostler autograph and getting your official Ghostler youth number for anybody. And of course, these are all handmade. I'm going to sign them. These are signed by me. so on and so forth. So I'm thinking about something now. As far as the cans are concerned, I'm going to go ahead and put out a pre-order for the cans here in about a week and a half. And the reason I've been prolonging this is because of the logistics of it. I mean, the can, it's really, I mean, I don't mind paying, I don't mind charging a certain price. It's the freaking shipping, man. And I don't like charging folks for shipping. I think that's one of the cool parts about getting some of the merch on this broadcast. I try not to charge for shipping, whether you're in the United States or abroad. So I don't know I don't know what we're going to do about the cans yet, but I'm just hesitant on putting them up because I would have to put them up for a high price, and I just don't want to put them up for that high, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let me move on here. We're moving on with more Twitter shout-outs. So let's go ahead and continue on. Retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. The tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. And if you tweet that tweet, I will give you a shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. So let's go ahead and get back to Twitter shout-outs, shall we? We've got the Neon Knight in the house. We got 727 caller. We've got Oakland Art Show. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, man, let me tell you, I understand you idiots are making fun of that whole Oakland situation. And listen, if they were liberals there, well then, so what? But I don't know if they were all liberals, so let's stop it, all right? Let's stop with all this macabre talk pertaining to Oakland, all right? Stop being so macabre. You idiots are being very macabre. Anyway, we've got Exora Hawks, Justice for Sam Hyde. Hey, what's the deal with Sam Hyde? Can somebody explain that guy to me? I mean, why is there? I don't understand that guy. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not hating on him. He's a troll. Kind of a meme kind of a guy. I get it, but what's the story? I don't get it. I don't have time to research it or even care to figure it out. Anyway, we've got. I'm not going to sell that disgusting. I'm not going to sell Toho merch. Go shove it up your ass, all right? Sell pony merch equals brony. I'm not a freaking brony. No, you're not even. Don't you even go there. Don't you even go there. God damn it. Don't you even go there. Son of a bitch. I'm serious. Don't go there. All right? I've got a huge demand for it. All right? And let me tell you, whatever I decide to sell as far as pony merch is concerned, it is going to be the most sought-after artifact at BronyCon. I guarantee it. Anyway, what's going on to, I'm not, just disgusting, sick-ass names, man. We got Solus Soros, we got Artron Havoc, Norwegian Hambone in the house. Who else do we have here, for Christ's sake? We got Ghost Wife is satisfied. Yeah, you're damn right she's satisfied over here. Are you kidding me? More ways than one. We've got the Smiler in the place. What's going on? We got Detective Han Hanzo. What's going on, man? Like I said, we're doing Twitter shout-outs right now, folks. It's just part of the broadcast where we make it a little interactive with the folks that are listening in live right now. So let's continue going, shall we? We got 5 nights at Podesta's, asshole. You see, I don't understand what it's going to take for you idiots to realize that this Pizzagate thing is for real, and stop joking around about it.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, we got sinking in San Hambonio. Listen to me. Look, that's not funny, all right? And for you folks that aren't aware, there was a sinkhole that happened out here in San Hambonio that literally took in about 2 cars and killed a deputy or something. So I mean, I'm telling you, all kinds of weird things happening out here in San Antonio. And according to reports, the sinkhole smelt like crap, like it was sewage. So, I mean, I don't know if it's because of the failed infrastructure of the city, and there was a busted shitter line or something that seeped into the street that, I don't know, jeopardized the integrity of the whole goddamn ground. I don't know, but I'm telling you, the San Antonio government sucks. All right? Seriously, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Julian Castro, Joaquin Castro, Ivy Taylor, who's another idiot that I keep seeing out here? Diego Bernal. Who else do we got out here? I could go on and on, man. I mean, I can go on and on. I'm sick and tired of these people that try to pat themselves on the back, and this city is the crown jewel in their political career. I mean, this is a dump hole, man. This is a dump hole, and let me tell you, it's not because the city doesn't produce money. I mean, just take a look at the goddamn city budget. I'm telling you, it's a waste. It's what's happening here. The bureaucrats are literally kicking back the taxpayer dollars in this town to their cronies, to the people that donated to their campaigns. I mean, that's really all it is, or to themselves. I mean, I don't want to talk about it. It's disgusting. Anyway, we got Can the Man out here. We got Remington in the house. Who else do we have going on? Once again, we're taking Twitter shout-outs, and my apologies if I'm going off keister here, but, whenever you attempt to try to make things a little interactive, this is the kind of crap that you get. So I'm only going to take a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to move on to something else. We've got the Butterhood of Steel. The Butterhood. Look, listen to me. I know you idiots give me a lot of crap because I like eating butter, all right? But it's not the butter, all right? All right, butter's actually pretty good. I'm talking real butter. I'm not talking margarine. I'm not talking shortening or any of this other crap. I'm talking real butter. All right, real butter. Anyway, we've got I Am Groot, whatever the hell that means. I got Jellyfish Capitalist. We've got, don't give me that crap about Joe Biden. We're going to talk about that asshole in a little bit, for Christ's sake, all right? We've got Silent Capitalist in the house, Godzilla, Gary Glitter in the place. We got Seeking Alpha, baby. What's going on? I'm telling you, man. Hey, listen to me. We've got legitimate investment magazines, investment websites listening to this broadcast. Because let me tell you something, I am the badass of business, and everybody needs to know that. You understand that? Everybody needs to know that. Anyway, man, Jesus Christ, man, I'm so freaking tired of some of these sick-ass names about Oakland, for Christ's sake. Charbroiled Oakland. I mean, give me a break, man. Crispy fried liberal. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we don't know if all those people were liberals, all right? That's all there is to it. We don't know, all right? Anyway, what's going on to the Tard Crew? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, there's the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Oh, yes. Jesus Christ. There's Dildo Faggins. Jesus Christ. I mean, gee, enough with these freaking names, man. Ghost is Liberty Prime. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, whatever. We got Blood Fart in the house. What's going on to Blood Fart? We got Krillin in the house. What's going on to Krillin? We got the Green Bio in the place. What's going on to Mark Montag in the house? Who else do we got going on over here? We got, I don't know what Trumpin' Capitalist is doing anymore. I don't know if he's on drugs or what. All right, but I remember that Trumpin'. We've got Dirk Pitt in the house. What's going on? We got Scarlet Moon. All right, I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and I'm going on to the next subject matter because this is starting to get stupid and ridiculous, for Christ's sake. All right? And I deserve more respect. I deserve more respect. Ghost in inner safe space. What are you talking about, inner safe space, boy? Shove it up your ass with a damn safe space. I don't need no goddamn safe space, boy. You understand? I'm a bad man. I've told you this 1,000 times. I could clench my fist right now, walk outside this goddamn house right now, put my damn fist in my pocket, and I could be taken to jail for illegally carrying concealed weapons, baby. Do you understand that? Don't be coming at me with any of that crap. Anyway, we got Roden 1776. What's going on, man? We've got, Jesus Christ. No, I'm not saying Oakland Bar and Grill. You know, I've had about enough of this crap. Here, look. Oh, yeah, BJ's for Chuck E. Cheese coins. All right, that's it. Get this, Kurt. Get this. Get Chris. Chris over here. BJ's for Chuck E. Cheese coins, for Christ's sake. Give me a break. All right, I've had about enough of this for Christ. You know, I'm done with the Twitter shout-outs. I'm done with it, and I've said it time and time again. This is why we cannot have nice goddamn things. Give me the freaking mic. Jesus Christ, man. Where's my beer? Give me my beer. Give me my drink. I'm telling you, man, with the Brody merch and the betrayals and all this troll terrorism and cyber bourbon, man, I'm gonna drink. You people are driving me to drink. You know that? It's your fault. It's you people that are driving me to drink. It's you people that are driving me to drink. Anyway, what's going on with Scott C. Maga? And look, I'm just going to calm down, all right? I'm just going to calm down because I'm expecting some delivery of Mrs. Ghost Christmas gifts here. I'm still waiting. I should have known when this bastard was on the phone. Yeah, Mac, we got to go ahead and we're going to make sure that we're going to deliver it there. We're going to be there at about 3 o'clock, Mac. They're probably sitting at the bar right now. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me go ahead and move on with the rest of this broadcast. Where the hell was I at, engineer? Oh, yeah, that's right. Donald Trump canceling the Boeing contract with Air Force One over Twitter, baby, because they're $4 billion over budget. And you know what, Trump? I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. And I'm you know, there's just so much winning going on. The man's not even president yet, and there's so much winning. So much winning, man. I mean, even though the liberals are crying their ass off with recounts and they're trying to threaten electoral college members and all this other crap, we're winning, baby. There ain't nothing that's going to change the course of what has been put forth. All right, no matter how much the liberals cry, no matter what kind of unscrupulous games they try, as long as we, on the Trump train, the capitalist army, continue to push out the information that contradicts the hypocrisy and the outright lies in the mainstream media, that's all we need to do. And that's why I encourage everybody who's listening, if you have any kind of social media presence, even if you're only followed by 2 people, be sure to utilize that avenue to disseminate information that can enlighten those that are following you. Because, folks, that's the biggest problem that we're having in America today. There's too many stupid people that do not want to properly inform themselves so that they can competently surmise a decent perspective, especially as it pertains to politics. I mean, lest we forget, folks, the whole reason why we're here, $20 trillion in debt, imbalanced trade deals, ridiculous wars, so on and so forth, is because the American people have fallen asleep at the wheel politically. And when a government made for the people and by the people falls asleep at the wheel, who is in charge? And that's why I'm telling you, folks, That's why I'm telling you, for you individuals that are out here that are trying to cause some kind of a ruckus, that are trying to deviate the process of the Democratic elected president, well, then what we need to do with you is to separate you from society if you just can't come to grips with the fact that we live in a society where the people have spoken. Do you understand that? And now we've taken control. When I'm talking we, I'm talking about we the people. And we can't relinquish this control of government anymore. I mean, that is what the manifestation of Donald Trump is. It is a government made for the people and by the people. That's why he's doing such revolutionary things, or what is deemed revolutionary in Washington, because nobody's ever done this kind of stuff before. Even though it's common sense, even though anybody with any kind of a brain could have done this a long goddamn time ago. So that's why I'm saying, folks, the reason that we got to the point where we've got $20 trillion in debt, ridiculous wars, we've got all kinds of immigrants coming into the country, imbalanced trade deals, jobs leaving America, is because the American people fell asleep at the wheel politically. And we can't let this go, folks. We the people have taken control of the government again. This is now a government made for the people and by the people. But, folks, you cannot relinquish your political responsibility any longer. You cannot become politically complacent any longer, because if you do, these liberals ain't gonna. These soulless, disgusting political class bureaucrats ain't gonna. The people colluding with our government and puppeteering their asses ain't gonna. So that's why I'm saying, just because Donald Trump is elected president, folks, you have to become politically vigilant. Because once again, I will say it and I will continue to say it, liberty and freedom is not given. It is taken. Once again, liberty and freedom is not given. It is taken, folks. And that's why I'm saying, do not fall asleep at the wheel politically now. Do not think that the war is over now that Donald Trump is elected president. We've got to continue. We got to be just as adamant as these goddamn leftists. We got to be just as persistent. We cannot allow what has happened and transpired in America over the past 60 years to ever happen again. Do you understand me? What has happened over the past 60 years, politically, economically, socially, it cannot happen again. And we have to make sure that the concept of leftism, the concept of communism, the concept of socialism is so ridiculously nullified that anybody that even braces the notion is deemed as a complete and utter lunatic. Because that's what it is, folks. I mean, I don't know how you idiots that are communists and socialists read the idea on the political philosophy of communism and socialism. Folks, you understand that communism and socialism does not mean that everybody and their brother gets the same amount of housing, the same amount of everything, the same amount of... That's not how it works, ass crack, all right? The definition of communism and socialism is that you relinquish your own individual freedom, your own individual rights, your own individual personal responsibility, and you relinquish it to the state. And the state becomes the one in charge of your decision-making. The state becomes the one in charge of what you eat. The state becomes the one in charge of what you do, what you feel, what you think, what you have. That's what communism and socialism is. And that's why right now, folks, in Venezuela, they are eating garbage. They have eaten all the cats and dogs. They're starving to death. They've got rolling blackouts because of the incompetence of the allocation of resources by the communist government of Venezuela. And you see, when you've got incompetence in the bureaucratic level of communism and socialism, who's going to hurt the worst? The innocent people that don't have any individual responsibility for themselves, that are dependent on the government for themselves. Good God. I mean, do you understand? That's what communism and socialism is, you idiots. It's not some goddamn ridiculous utopia. All right? It's you relinquishing your personal freedoms, your personal responsibility, your personal property, everything. It's you relinquishing yourself and giving it to the state. And the state gives and is in charge of every responsibility and every decision in your goddamn life. Good God. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and move on. Let me take a drink of this beer here, all right? I'm telling you, folks, I mean, we can't allow these leftists to win. You have to continue to disseminate the information that contradicts the mainstream media, because believe me, everything that you see on the boob tube is an outright lie. Everything that comes out of a goddamn talking head on the boob tube is an outright lie. And that's why they're trying to say that we in the independent media are fake news, all right? And you can't believe them. I'm telling you this right now. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I implore you to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, folks, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost. And, of course, I am on the Twitter alternative Gab under the same name, folks. Anyway, let's continue on with the broadcast here on this Taco Tuesday. Anyway, we were talking a little bit about how Donald Trump canceled Boeing's Air Force One contract over Twitter because they were $4 billion over budget. Let's get used to that, baby, and I'm glad. Let's start cutting the fat. One thing I do want to talk about today is Joe Biden yesterday announcing that he may run in 2020. Can you believe? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, hey, Joe Biden, all right, maybe it's because you've had brain surgery in the past, and I don't know, you're half lobotomized, and you can look this up, folks. He's had brain surgery. And I don't understand why nobody brings that up as it pertains to his mental competence. I mean, anybody who's had brain surgery, that means they have messed with your brain. I mean, you know, they cut out portions of your brain. I think you should be seriously looked at if you are in charge of anything if you have had brain surgery. But anyway, it must be all those brain surgeries, Joe, because I don't know if you know this, but by 2020, Joe Biden, you're going to be 78 years old. 78 years old, for heaven's sake, man. I mean, do you understand that Bernie Sanders was 75, and this poor bastard barely was able to keep up? Your 78-year-old ass thinks that you're going to be able to entertain a presidential run in 2020? I mean, are you insane? I'm telling you, this guy is half lobotomized. You need to look this up for yourself. This guy has had brain surgery, for heaven's sake, and it's obvious with this freaking, oh, yeah, I'm Joe Biden, and I'm going to run for 2020 at 78 years old. I mean, get this idiot out, man. Oh, my God, I'm going to run in 2020, freaking Joe Biden. I mean, do you understand the gall of these Democrats, the gall of these bureaucrats, man? I mean, just like the Democrats reappointing Nancy Pelosi as the House Minority Leader, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, y'all just got your asses kicked with this old vanguard. You know, you got your asses kicked with the Nancy Pelosi. You got your asses kicked with this ridiculous, I don't know, a platform that these old Democratic bags have initiated for the past 10 years. You lost. It's over. But you see, these old Democrats, they don't want to relinquish power. And that's typical of bureaucrats. They can't let it go. They don't want to let new blood come in. You know that the average age of the Democratic leadership is 76 years old? 76. I mean, how in the hell can millennials claim that the Democrats are their party when the damn leadership is average age is 76 years old? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, this goes to show you how stupid people are, man, especially these millennials. You need to stop being so goddamn intellectually lazy and start really reading, all right? You need to start really reading. And, you know, in this day and age of the Internet, if you don't like reading, you can go on YouTube or any of these other video sites and be able to get surmised to some extent a little bit of what's going on today or what you need to know so that you won't be a goddamn half-a-tard. Good God, man. Good God, Joe Biden 2020. Get this idiot out of here, man. On that note, you know what? Give me another beer. More beer! For Christ's sake, give me some more beer. All right. That's what I'm talking about, man. Anyway, folks, once again, Joe Biden claiming he's entertaining, I guess, the idea of running for 2020, but give me a damn break. All right? I mean, I don't even want to spend that much time on it, but, folks, I mean, that's how loony these Democrats are. That's how out of touch, how ridiculous, how pathetic these people are. I mean, let me tell you, if there's a genuine leftist out there, a genuine leftist that wants to help the poor, that wants to help the disenfranchised, and all the other virtue-signaling garbage that the left claims that they are, it's an ample opportunity for you to seize power right now. I mean, the old Democrat guard is about to die off, all right? And if they're not going to die off, they're about to be pushed off, and they need to be pushed off the cliff at this point in time as far as I'm concerned, because their policies, their platform is what cost this devastating loss to the Democrats. I mean, and why the Democrats continue to appoint Nancy Plastic Face Pelosi, although we all know why, because she could pull in the money, is beyond me. I think that they need to go with another fresh face. They need somebody that can deliver the Democratic message that is outside the realm of divisive politics. I think that the message of divisive politics does not work. Even though the Democrats want to double down on this crap, I think that it's their Achilles heel, and they're not going to win elections based on this. And if they do, they're going to be very, very small wins that aren't going to accumulate to anything.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
So at this point in time, I strongly believe that the Democrats need to refashion their message into a little less divisive and go back to the Democrats of old, the working man's Democrats, your mom and pop's Democrats, that sort of thing, instead of this leftist, divisive, cultural Marxist, Saul Alinsky agitation type of crap that these people and the Democrats have come to know and love and I guess have assumed operation as normal. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I'm serious, man. I'm not joking around. It's ample opportunity for young blood to come in and literally take over the Democratic Party. But does the Democrats, or should I say, do the Democrats have anyone that wants to stand up for the corruption and criminality that comprises this organization to try to reform its face? That remains to be seen. I mean, who do they got going as the potential DNC chair, some freaking Nation of Islam ass crack? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on, folks. We were talking about Joe Biden hinting at running at 2020, but give me a break. He's a 75-year-old, he'll be a 78-year-old half lobotomized freak. And anybody who would vote for a 78-year-old lobotomized freak at 2020, I mean, who knows at that point? I mean, look at all the people that almost voted in the goddamn Hillary Clinton, for Christ's sake, man, who couldn't even do a tour of speeches. She barely spoke 3 times a week during her campaign for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then she would just sit down and watch somebody else speak for her the rest of the time. All right, she was always resting, never had any kind of goddamn energy to do a damn thing. Plenty of times where we've seen her faint, where we've seen her fall, where we've seen her trip, where, she's kind of discombobulated, disoriented, shaken, uncontrollable cough. She's got an ulcerated tongue. I mean, good God, seriously, man. And that doesn't include all the things that came out in the DNC leaks and WikiLeaks. I mean, come on. I'm telling you, this is why, folks, those of us that came out and elected Donald Trump, we cannot stop. We've got to continue, and we got to continue, man. I'm telling you, the leftists aren't going to stop. The leftists are not going to stop, so we have to continue as well. So do not think that the war has been won. It's only just begun. Anyway, let me move on to the next subject matter. The GOP readies cuts for federal workforce under Trump, and let me tell you, I cannot wait for this. What did I tell you? Remember those times in 2010, 2011, 2012, I was telling all these bureaucrats that, yeah, you think that you're riding high, with your secured job, with your annual raise, even though you do some crap job in the bureaucracy, these perks, these retirement benefits, all this crap. I told you, dumb bureaucrats, that day was going to come, that you idiots were going to be put in the unemployment line. And didn't I say this? Didn't I say that it would be a great day, a great goddamn day in American history when we start seeing bureaucrats in the unemployment line? Well, by God, that's about to happen, baby. That's about to happen. And I can't wait. You understand that? I cannot wait, baby. I can't wait to see you dumb, sick, stupid, useless, paper-pushing, mindless, soulless bureaucrats being put on the street where you belong, being put on the unemployment line where you belong, being accountable for your work ethic where you belong, boy. And all you government bureaucrats that think that you're going to live on an unlimited amount of retirement, you got another thing coming, folks. I mean, that's one of the focal points of the Trump and the GOP right now, is to restructure the payment structure and the retirement structure of these bureaucrats. And I think it's great. I think it's freaking great. Didn't I say this, folks? If you don't believe me, go back in the goddamn archive. Go back in the damn archive. Every one of my episodes is time-dated and stamped. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's where all my damn shows are there, time-stamped and downloadable. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I told these people. I told them. Not only did I tell the bureaucrats, I also told these welfare, food card, food stamp recipients that, hey, you think that you're going to unlimitedly get this goddamn entitlement forever? You got another thing coming. And by God, right now, that's another thing coming. Man, hey, didn't I remember Junkyard America? You know, folks, I'm telling you, the day of people saying, well, you're not understanding, baby, my kids. I got to get the unemployment. I got to get the welfare. I got to get it all because of my kids, baby. My kids. You're not understanding, baby, my kids. Well, those days are coming to an end, baby. You understand that? And I told you. I told all of you. But you didn't listen to me. You thought I was just sitting here talking out of my derriere, and you idiots thought that this was going to be a never-ending entitlement party until the end of your goddamn life. Well, you got another damn thing coming. It's time for you that are out there collecting entitlements for the past 8 years. It's time for you sons of bitches to get back to work. It's time for you to get back to work. Good God. You know, think I'm supposed to have sympathy for you folks, for Christ's sake? You've been taken out of my pocket. You've been taken out of my pocket. Every damn year since this goddamn mulatto Obama has been in power, for Christ's sake, you people have been taken out of my pocket. Well, you know what? You know what I got to say to you people? Get your hand out of my pocket. Get your damn hand out of my pocket. That's what I got to say to you scumbags now. Get your hand out of my pocket. Son of a bitch. I'm telling you. What did I tell you? This is the capitalist time now. I told you. I told all of you. This is a capitalist revolution now. This is a capitalist revolution. I told you. I told you this would happen. I told you. I freaking... I told you this would happen. But no, you didn't want to listen, huh? You want to continue to collect goddamn entitlements for 8 years and thinking it's going to just continue until the end of time. Well, now you're got to pick the piper, boy. You understand that? You got to pay the piper now there, boy. I told you, boy. I told you. I told all of you. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Give me the freaking mic. I told you. I told you so. And look, I'm not just talking about the welfare recipient, food card recipient idiots. I'm also talking about you bureaucrats. I told you scumbags as well. You thought you were going to live sky high off the high hog, off the taxpayer. Huh? You're going to have job security for 30 years and be an obnoxious paper pusher? No, not during the capitalist revolution, boy. Not during the capitalist revolution. We're going to put you goddamn bureaucrats down to size. I told you. I told all of you. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I told all of you. And now you've got to pay the piper, boy. Now you got to get down on your knees. You know what you're going to be doing now? You know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be shining capitalist shoes. That's what you're going to be goddamn doing. You're going to be shining capitalist shoes, you bureaucrat scumbags. You're going to be shining capitalist shoes, boy. And that'll be a great day. It'll be a great goddamn day in American history. I can tell you that right goddamn now. Anyway, where's my beer for Craig? Give me my drink. I can't wait. I don't know about you folks. I don't know. Maybe y'all are fanning your balls and counting the bacon bits in your goddamn shit funnel. I'm out here. I can't wait to see the look on these bureaucrats' faces, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be in utter glee. I'm gonna be smiling at these bureaucrats when they're let go thousands, tens of thousands at a time. Oh man, I can't wait till they reform the welfare system so it becomes workfare, not welfare. Woo! Oh man, I told you. I mean, I've been telling you this for a long period of time. For you folks that don't believe me, go back in the archive. I told you. I told you during March, April, May, June, July, August. I said this was a capitalist revolution. I said this was our time now. This is a capitalist time now. We took over this country. You understand that the capitalists taken over this country? And let me tell you something else. We ain't going to subjugate people. We ain't going to suppress people. We ain't going to be leftist out here. But let me tell you, we are not going to look highly upon those that got their hands out and that are pissing and moaning because they can't carve out their own destiny. We are going to start reinforcing personal responsibility. We are going to start reinforcing individual freedom, for Christ's sake. So that's why I'm saying, I can't wait. It'll be a great day when you bureaucrats are out in the street and you're out in the unemployment line, and you got to be held accountable for your ignorance. Because look, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of these goddamn paper-pushing bureaucrats are a bunch of idiots. Have you ever talked to one of these people? They're stupid. They're the most ignorant pieces of garbage on the face of the planet. And why? They don't have to try. They don't have to have their mental synapses sparked on a consistent basis. They're doing the same paper-pushing job for 30 years. And then these sons of bitches get a retirement until they croak? No freaking way. No freaking way, man. No freaking way. Anyway, let me move on to the next subject matter, folks, because I want to talk about this subject matter because it's most important. Why is the mainstream media's fake news narrative dangerous for us independent media? Because I'm telling you, folks, as I've stated, this media it falls under a category of freedom of the press. Now, for you people to understand that the only way that you can have freedom of speech is if you are an assembled body. That's why under the First Amendment there is something called freedom of assembly, all right? And it is because of that freedom of assembly is what accords you the freedom of speech and freedom of the press and freedom of religion. Now, I know I talked a little bit about this in episode number 320, but it bears repeating, folks, okay? I know a lot of people talk about free speech. I'm protected by free speech. But let's be honest, all right? I mean, how many times do individuals that are out there trying to practice free speech to get arrested? You know, how come, everyone that tries to practice free speech gets reprimanded or, they get punished to a certain extent because they're not a assembly. You understand? You need to read the Constitution. You need to read the First Amendment. The only way that you have freedom of the press, the only way you have freedom of speech, the only way you have freedom of religion is if you are an assembly. And have you noticed, folks, that each and every one of these groups, the religious groups, all right, the press groups, and of course the speech groups represented by the political parties, they're all a physical assembly. And you see what they're doing right now, the press, because they're an assembled body, they have the freedom of speech to say that, hey, wait a minute, these independent alternative media they're fake news. This is not real news. This is not real news, and because they're already connected to everybody's boob tube, and most of the majority of idiots in America look to these folks as legitimate news, they can say that under the guise of freedom of speech because they are an assembled press. Why do you think they have the White House Correspondents' Dinner? It's all the press. It is the assembled press that has the freedom of the press. It is an assembly of the press. Do you get that? Why do you think they're going after InfoWars? Why do you think they're going after Drudge? Why do you think they're going after Breitbart? These are not assembled bodies. These are independent media. And what I challenge everybody that is within the independent media, we need to have a conference. We need to have an assembly and invite all independent, legitimate media that have been conducting themselves in the independent media for years at this point in time and be able to come together and agree to a certain set of rules, because it's rules that create the assembly, folks. That's why the political parties, believe it or not, folks, the political parties supersede federal and state law, because they don't have to oblige federal and state law because they're an assembly. And because they're an assembly, they've got the freedom of speech. They've got the freedom of they've got the freedom. So they cannot be infringed upon by the federal government. They cannot be infringed upon by the state. That's why these parties can get away with the crap they get away with. That's why the mainstream media can get away with the kind of crap that it can get away with, for Christ's sake. That's why the Catholic Church can get away with the pedophilia crap that it can get away with, for heaven's sake. does it come clear now, folks, what the definition of the First Amendment truly is? Are y'all starting to get it now? I mean, what is going on right now with the mainstream media asserting fake news as the mainstream narrative in people's perspective? I mean, they are not only discrediting us, the independent media, but they are also attempting to make a case to the assemblies under this First Amendment, which are the Democrats and the Republicans and the Green Party and every other party in this country, okay? Because everybody who's a part of a political party is part of a political assembly as defined by the First Amendment. The freedom of the press, which is its own assembly, is attempting to appeal to the assembly of political parties to enact a law or some level of restriction or some level of regulation prohibiting those of us that are independent media, that are disseminating information on a free basis from doing so. They are trying to do this, folks. And let me tell you, Alex Jones doesn't know his ass from his elbow when it comes to this capacity, because this is what's happening. This guy's, you know what he's talking about? I heard him today. This guy's talking about, we got to do marches and we got to do this and we got to plaster that. Hey, you want to canonize yourself, Alex Jones? Because I know that's why you got rid of Joe Biggs or whatever disagreement. I don't know if you got rid of him. I don't know what happened. But I can assume, in my opinion, that it has a lot to do with where you want to go, Alex, which is a mainstream media canonization. But I'm telling you, you're not going to be canonized by those that attend the last year's White House Correspondents' Dinner. The only way we are going to be, as far as independent media is concerned, the only way we are going to fall under the category of the freedom of the press is if we have an assembly. And listen, I am open to organize this. It's just I'm not too sure if InfoWars and all the other independent media will take this serious. Because with all due respect, I think that there's a lot of people in the independent media with egos the size of cathedrals out here. And to be honest with you, I think that has been the Achilles heel in the independent media, because no one is trying to network with each other. You know, no one is trying to network, and the only way they do network is to exchange crowds. You know, I mean, the only reason that Alex Jones has Mark Dice on is because Mark Dice has 700,000 followers on his damn YouTube account. The only reason Alex Jones brings in anybody is to exchange crowds, to exchange fan bases. And let me tell you, that isn't definition for somebody who is patriotic, Alex. I mean, a definition for somebody who's patriotic is understanding that you have to oblige truly with the competitorship of independent media so that we can combine our prowess and combine our trade together to assemble. And when we assemble, we then can now define ourselves under the freedom of the press. I mean, why do you think they have the press club? I mean, I'm just saying, folks. I mean, that's who holds the Correspondents' Dinner, the press club. I mean, these are assemblies. And when they're assemblies, they are protected under freedom of the press. And the same thing goes for religion, folks. That's why, government can't interfere with religion. But it was religion that allowed government interference when they decided that they wanted to become tax-free. And when religions decided that they wanted a tax-free exemption, that was the first instance in government intrusion into the First Amendment freedom of religion. Now, I know I'm talking a lot of constitutional legalese here for a little bit, folks, but this is why the lamestream media can say lies and nothing can happen to them. That's why you've got religious institutions like the Catholic Church and others that can just go out, run amok, child molest. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Nothing happens to them, all right, because they're obliging their own rules. They're assembled as a body that is protected under the First Amendment. So, and listen, before I get off this subject matter, freedom of speech. And I think I said this one time before. That's why the Ku Klux Klan can go and file a permit to have a assembly or an actual march, if you will, with any city and be able to say derogatory, racist, the most vile language necessary because, A, the Ku Klux Klan is an organization, okay, and B, they filed under the appropriate necessary, because remember, there's unlawful assembly laws in municipalities. Yeah, there's unlawful assembly laws in municipalities if you are assembled in, municipal property. If you're out in the middle of the streets or if you're on sidewalks. So that's why municipalities, they're all for your assembly, but you got to pay a tax. So that's why I'm saying, folks, and the way to bypass that tax is to assemble in a conference at a hotel or at a big arena or something of that capacity, because that's the only way you can assemble to bypass the freedom of assembly. But the point I'm trying to make is that's why the KKK can do that legally. That's why they can go out and literally be in downtown wherever and just go and just spew off hate, just nonsense, man. Nonsense. So anyway, folks, once again, the only reason I bring this up is because this fake news narrative being pushed forth by the mainstream media is very dangerous. And I've got Alex Jones over here talking about how he's going to do marches and all this other crap. That he doesn't even know his ass from his elbow. And this is a guy that's supposedly been studying this stuff for 20-something years. Hey, Alex, all right, you've got to assemble, we've got to assemble an independent media conference and call it an assembly. Once we call it an assembly, we have to gather around and create a rules and a platform that is the basis of our assembly. And once we do that, we just have to file with the federal government that we are a legitimate assembly, and then we all have the freedom of the press. That's why the press club is such a big deal, man. The press club is the one who holds the White House Correspondents' Dinner. As a matter of fact, did you know that the press club are the folks that own the Bohemian Grove? Not to go down that direction, but the press club. So, folks, this is why they're trying to come after us as independent media, because they can. Because they can. So anyway, let me go ahead and take a chug of this beer, but this is why this is dangerous, this whole fake news narrative. This is why it's very dangerous for us, and this could curb our internet freedom. Because as I stated, these press, these media folks, these talking heads, they know the game. They know they can lie. They know they can lie. They know they can slander. They know they can do this. They're protected by the First Amendment. Freedom of the press, freedom of speech. They're an assembly. That's why the Democrats were able to get away with all the criminality they got away with. They supersede federal and state law. This is constitutional law, folks. The feds and the state cannot investigate Democratic or the Republican Party. They can't do it. The rules of the Republican Party, the rules of the Democratic Party supersede law. I know they don't teach you that in school, folks, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is, and of course nobody wants to talk about it. So look, I'm challenging, if anybody knows Matt Drudge, if anybody knows Breitbart and those folks, we need to have a conference, man. We need to have a conference of independent media, and we need to draw out a platform. We need to draw out our mission statement, our goals, our rules, and once we become an assembly, an independent media assembly, there's nothing the mainstream media can do to us. All they can do is spread slanderous lies about us. They cannot have us outlawed because we would be an assembled body of independent media. They legally could not ban us. Under the constitutional law, they can't ban us. So once again, I want to encourage Drudge, Breitbart, even Alex Jones, other independent media folks that are out there that I haven't mentioned at this point in time. We all have to assemble, and we have to assemble under a name, under a moniker. We have, just like the press club is, and we have to define our rules. We have to define our platform, and then we have to submit it to the federal government so they know we are a legitimate assembly. That we are a legitimate assembly and we are protected by the freedom of press, by the freedom of speech of the First Amendment, and the federal government cannot come in and supersede our rules. And they can't ban us, folks. I'm telling you this right now. Somebody get this to freaking Alex Jones. Somebody get this to Drudge and Breitbart. We have to have a goddamn independent media conference, man. That's the only way we're going to be protected. That's the only way we're not going to be banned from media. That's the only way they're going to not silence us. That's the only legal way. Because if we do nothing, if we think that we're just going to pull our puds here and be independent and nothing's going to happen to us, you got another thing coming. All right? You got another thing coming. So anyway, folks, now that I've gotten that out of the way, I want to hear from you. What do you have to say about this? All right? I mean, are you shocked at the fact that the federal government cannot intervene in a party, in a political party in America, that a political party's rules supersede American law? And the same thing with the press club, man. I mean, the press club owns the Bohemian Grove. They're the ones that put on the correspondence dinner, for Christ's sake. So I want to hear from you, folks. All right, 563-999-3791 is the number to call here. I want to hear from you. What do you have to say about this? I mean, this is independent media. I mean, independent media is at stake. And I think that no one's really paying attention to this. I mean, I don't even think Alex Jones really understands how to combat this. I mean, I heard him. He's a little shook. He's a little afraid that they're going to take him down. That's why he doesn't even want to delve into the Pizzagate scenario, because he does not want to be taken down. He wants to be a canonized network, just like MSNBC and CNN. That's what he wants. But he's not going to join the club. You're not going to be a part of the club, Alex. You're not going to be a part of the club. So that's why I'm calling on all independent media. It's time for us to gather and assemble and create rules and create a platform, submit it to the federal government so that we can be protected under the freedom of the press. All right? So that the press club can sit there and tell their talking heads anything they want. They can't ban us. All right, because we are an independent assembly, all right? And that's all there is to it. I mean, that's why these media folks can get away with the crap they get away with. That's how come they can lie to us. That's how come they can put green screens and pretend that they're in Baghdad getting bombed, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's why they can be so manipulative. That's why they can interview their own employees and pretend it's a legitimate interview, for Christ. That's why they can do this. That's why they can do this and nothing happens to them.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
Anyway, I want to hear from you. Once again, 563-999-3791. What do you got to say about this? Seriously, what do you got to say about this? How about area code 215? You're on the horn. What do you got to say about all this stuff?
I'm a little confused and a little concerned because, the last 3 numbers on your phone number are 999, which is 666, which means you're worshiping the devil.
Yeah, shut up, you stupid moron. Hey, if you're going to call up and prank call, why don't you sound like you're a man, for Christ's sake? Your single mother should be slapped in the mouth for producing such a fruity-ass sounding piece of crap like you, all right? We're talking serious business here! Stupid scumbag. 256, what's going on? What do you got to say about this stuff?
What's up, Ghost? Hey, listen, man, we really stumbled onto something big here. Alex Jones is pussying out on this whole ordeal. He is completely shied away from it, whereas usually he's spouting the most ridiculous conspiracy theories, and then we stumble onto something real, and he won't touch it.
No, he's not touching it. And as a matter of fact, did you see that video that he put out trying to say that Pizzagate is something that is diffusing the big picture, which is the criminality and the corruption of the Democrats? And let me tell you, I am really shocked that Alex Jones is not touching this. He's claiming it's because of libel, but let's be honest, just as you said, Alex Jones has been spouting off some of the most ridiculous, dumbass garbage for years. It wasn't until here in the past 2 to 3 years when he started kind of piping down on some of this ridiculous, outlandish rhetoric is when he started actually getting a legitimate base, and then Trump ran for office. And then because I guess Trump gave him an interview, he actually believes that he is going to be a part of the mainstream media. And that's the only explanation I can surmise on why he's backing down from this Pizzagate scenario, which, to be honest with you, I'm shocked he wouldn't be all over it.
And another, as you mentioned, Trump gave him an interview, and now for some reason he thinks that he might as well be the damn Secretary of State for Donald Trump. Like, Trump is calling him at the same time he's calling kings and queens and prime ministers and presidents. And I don't know if he's just that damn delusional or what, but
I think that he's unbelievably, he's not only delusional, I think that he's a little sour grapes, in my opinion. I think that he wished he was Stephen Bannon, and I think that he's really kicking himself in the derriere that he wasn't the political advisor to Donald Trump, and that Stephen Bannon was tapped as chief political strategist. And, Alex needs to realize, you can only cry wolf so much. The whole reason Donald Trump gave him an interview was because he knew, Donald Trump that is, that, Alex Jones has a decent amount of viewers and listeners. So, he's going to get his message across to at least 2-3 million people, at least, all right? But, other than that, Alex Jones needs to calm his ass down. He is not Stephen Bannon, all right? He is not Breitbart.com. And with all due respect to Alex Jones, I think that what happened with him and his organization, he made it all about himself instead of making it just a general news organization. Because if anything happens to Alex, that's it for InfoWars. InfoWars is nothing.
That's exactly right.
But if something happens to Stephen Bannon, if something happens to Stephen Bannon, Breitbart will continue going on. It has its own operation. Breitbart is not tied to Stephen Bannon. If something happens to Stephen Bannon, Breitbart will still keep going. Unlike InfoWars, and I personally believe that that's why he's pissed off. I think that Alex Jones is upset that he wasn't tapped for the political strategist position that Stephen Bannon's in, and it has a lot to do with the type of garbage that he sputters out of his own mouth. And now that we actually have a legitimate case of Pizzagate here, he doesn't want to touch it. Why do you think he doesn't want to touch it, sir?
I don't know. Anything's possible now. Now that all this crap's come out, I would not be surprised if he's not involved in some way, if he's not controlled opposition. But I honestly believe, my personal opinion is, he is just too damn scared.
Well, I think you bring up some good points. Lest we forget that he was good friends with Charlie Sheen for a good amount of time. Do y'all remember that? He was kicking with Charlie Sheen. He was at his house. And there's been some alleged, now I'm not saying that this is factual information, but it's been alleged that Charlie Sheen may have been the culprit behind Corey Haim being molested during the set of the movie Lucas. I believe it was in 1985. So, I mean, you know, there may be something there. There may be. I'm not saying there is, but when you bring it up, I mean, that got me thinking of his close relationship with Charlie Sheen and how that's just all of a sudden got swept under the rug. You do remember that, right, sir?
To be honest with you, man, I hadn't followed it that closely until this Pizzagate thing came about on poll. But, I mean, like you said, man, it very well could be. But anyway, just want to call and say, you know, give my 2 cents. Love your show. Love listening to you, man. Have a good day.
Hey, thank you very much for calling in, sir. And you're absolutely right. I mean, listen, I don't know what's going on with Alex Jones. I mean, he is acting a little fishy as of late. He's not acting like he usually acts. I don't know if somebody got to him. He's been rather ill as of late. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I didn't like what happened with the Joe Biggs scenario. I don't like listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what is going on with him and McAdoo. I don't like whenever they're on the set, it's more than obvious that this guy is goo-goo gaga over this broad and she's smitten. So, I mean, listen to me. That's my opinion, all right? I don't know what's going on, but in my opinion, this gentleman brought up the fact that, you know, maybe Alex Jones could be tied to this. And as I stated, folks, I mean, I remember Alex Jones hanging out with Charlie Sheen. I remember that was about 4 or 5 years ago, man. I mean, that was during the peak in which Charlie Sheen had walked off the set of that stupid show he was in, and he was out there, you know, saying, yeah, man, I got the tiger blood, dude, and yeah, man, I'm winning. I mean, you remember that? He had the goddesses and all that. I'm serious, man. So, listen, I'm not saying that Alex Jones is involved in this. Somebody called up. Somebody made a suggestion. That brought up, you know, his close relationship with Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, with all due respect to his person, he is a nefarious sexual character. You know, he did get the AIDS somehow. And it's been alleged, folks, I mean, through a variety of different people, that, you know, it may have been allegedly Charlie Sheen that molested Corey Haim on the set of Lucas in 1985. So, I mean, in my opinion, I'm not really sure. I'm not trying to cause another angle here, but, man, I mean, I'm really surprised that Alex Jones is not covering this and he's not, you know. And listen, I understand he's trying to do the libel thing. That's why I haven't named names on my show, you know, about the individuals, but I have made references to the pizza places in Washington. I've made references to, you know, all the things that comprise Pizzagate, and he could do the same goddamn thing, you know, but he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't even want to touch it, for Christ's sake, man. I just think that's odd. I mean, this is the same guy that was, I mean, he would go, man, I remember this guy would go everywhere when it comes to conspiracy, man. I mean, he would go into star gods. He would go into the theories of Atlantis. You know, he would go into, you know, the worship of Moloch. He would go, I mean, just anything and everything, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, you know, this Podesta email situation unearthed such a precarious scenario. Anyway, I think I've got to take this situation here. I think they're here at the door to deliver, so I shall be right back. Don't go anywhere.
to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
All right. I'm finally back, for Christ's sake, man. I'm sorry. I tried to make this as quick as possible. I was cursing out the asshole that delivered the products here. I mean, I was like, what happened at 3 o'clock? He's like, well, things run late, Mac. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. Anyway, he's got Templeton all riled up now, man. Templeton, what's your problem? Come here, Templeton. Sorry, my dog Templeton, he got riled up because of the damn delivery of Mrs. Ghost's Christmas presents here. What's going on, Templeton? Calm down, Templeton, all right? Calm down. Anyway, folks, sorry about that, folks. Anyway, I was talking about, different subject matters. We were alluding to the fact why Alex Jones will not cover Pizzagate. And this is, these are just thoughts, my opinion. Anyway, listen, we're running out of time here, so let's go ahead and continue on here. I want to talk a little bit about Angela Merkel. That's right, I'm talking about Angela Merkel out there in Germany. Yes, I am Angela Merkel, and I am the leader of Germany. Anyway, Angela Merkel, now that she's going to run for her 4th term in the re-election in Germany here, all of a sudden she's becoming a little bit less kebab, for a lack of a better term, folks. Have you noticed this crap? I mean, Angela Merkel now calls for a ban on burqas in Germany? I mean, is this for real? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, I don't understand why most Western civilizations don't have bans on burqas, bans on the hijab, for Christ's sake. I mean, don't you understand that that is a symbol of woman oppression? The hijab, the burqa, the beekeeper suit, that is a symbol of woman oppression. And yet, I don't ever hear any of these damn liberals or these damn feminists, I don't ever hear any of these jerk dicks ever talk about that whatsoever. No, they want to be like, don't be so intolerant. Don't be so intolerant. Be more culturally enriched, dude. When meanwhile, you've got millions upon millions of women that are suppressed based upon a fundamental religious connotation that if they are not covered from head to toe, they could be beaten, And let me tell you, if you want to see some true domestic violence, you need to look at how the Arab men treat their wives, treat their women. There is a lot of that evidence on YouTube, for Christ's sake. It is very dramatic, very shocking to watch. But hey, it's their culture, right? Oh, it's their religion. I mean, Allah says you can strike your wife just as long as you don't hit her too hard, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm serious. I mean, come on. Oh, my God. Give me my drink, for Christ. Give me my drink. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what Merkel's doing. I think that she's just trying to throw out some pomp in an attempt to try to get reelected. But Germany, do not fall for this, man. Do not fall for this. I mean, y'all are about to lose your entire culture because you allowed these migrants in. And let me tell you, y'all were liberal about it. Y'all were opening your arms to these people and allowing them to come into your country. And lo and behold, look at what they did. They're raping your women. They're trashing your cities. They're trying to implement Sharia law. They're trying to, create bans on certain aspects of German culture. They don't want to see German sausage, for Christ's sake. I mean, give me a break. I'm serious. I'm serious here, okay? I mean, you Germans, you French, you Swedes, you folks in the European Union, you need to start waking up to the fact that the whole reason why you're suffering through this migrant crisis is because you fell in line with socialism. You allowed the state to make these types of decisions for your country. And now, folks, you're starting to realize that the immigrants, the migrants that are coming into your country now supersede the value of your very citizenship. You get that? You see, understand that it works? The freaking migrants have more of value than you being a born citizen of that country. And you see, that's what these leftists are trying to do here in America, too. They're trying to do it with the sanctuary cities and the sanctuary campuses. But I warn you, I know I was talking garbage about people that are collecting government entitlements and food stamps and housing voucher programs and so on and so forth. But let me tell you, if you live in one of these sanctuary cities and they don't want to oblige the law that Donald Trump will enact when he's president, then you will be cut federal funding. And that means you will not receive your welfare payment. You will not receive your food card payment. You will not receive any federal funding because your municipal government or state government decided that it was going to allow the city in question that you reside in to be a sanctuary city for immigrants. And by that very definition, that means that those immigrants that came into this country and usurped your municipality now have more value than you do. And I need to repeat that one more again. Remember this, by these sanctuary cities superseding federal law and allowing immigrants to stay there, and then they're going to be cut off federal funding, that means, folks, that the municipal governments, the state governments think that illegal immigrants, people that aren't even born in this country, supersede the value of the land more than you that were born in this country or born in the municipality in question. And that's what's happening right now in Germany. And that's why I'm hoping that Germany is listening in right now. At least some people in Germany do not reelect Angela Merkel. As a matter of fact, Angela Merkel should go down as one of the worst goddamn leaders in German history, if not world history. Her stupid incompetence basically ruined Germany. And let me tell you, Angela Merkel, the broad that got impeached in Brazil, Hillary Clinton, I can go on and on. These women are not making a case for women leaders. I'll tell you that right now. Look, I'm not trying to say women leaders would be bad, but this whole BS that was fed to us about 15 years ago that, if women were leaders, there'd be no wars. Yeah. Look at what's happening now. You had Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State. She went in and literally got rid of Gaddafi. And I say this again, for you socialists, you morons don't realize that Hillary Clinton literally eliminated the only model of socialism that was ever fairly successful. And when I mean fairly successful, I mean fairly successful in the definition of what socialism is, meaning the state housed people, clothed people. As a matter of fact, Gaddafi would share the oil revenues that the country made as a producer in OPEC and would share, and people would get a monthly stipend of whatever the damn oil revenues were. And that's why before NATO and before Hillary Clinton and before all these people decided that they were going to invade Libya by utilizing a Al-Qaeda proxy force to invade the country, Muammar Gaddafi had a pretty decent country. All right? The man could literally go and drive around his country without any kind of security. Minimal security. He did have security, but minimal security. He'd be out his sunroof, waving his hands in the air. Everybody would be out in the streets being, trying to touch him, trying to catch up to his car, running to his car. This guy had the love of his people. And what did Hillary Clinton do? She sowed the seeds that basically toppled down Gaddafi. And now what is Libya? It's an ISIS, Al-Qaeda hellhole. The first thing that happened right after Libya fell was the Al-Qaeda flag was risen in the goddamn capital of Libya. There's still YouTube video of that, folks. So that's what I'm saying. All right? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, do not vote for Angela Merkel, even if she is calling on a ban on burqas, all right? As a matter of fact, everybody in the Western civilization should be calling on bans on burqas, bans on hijabs, ban on all this ridiculous nonsense. Because I'm telling you, man, there's no way you can debate around it. The hijab and the burqa is a symbol of woman oppression. And I dare one of you goddamn bull-nosed bull dykes, feminists, try to debate me otherwise. You sorry sack of salmon-smelling trash. All right, I dare you. I dare you try to define it otherwise. Freaking feminists, man. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, for Christ's sake. Man, give me my beer. All right. Anyway, folks, we are now in the the third hour. Jesus Christ, time flies on a Taco Tuesday, baby. We are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on the third hour, I'd like to remind everybody to spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not already done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost. Anyway, folks, we're now in the third hour. Let me go ahead and get to the last two subject matters, and we'll move on, I guess, to the rest of the broadcast. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get some more beer. Let's go ahead and get some more beer here. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and go to the next subject matter. Now, the EU leaders are now warning Britannia that time is short. Time is short on a Brexit deal, for Christ's sake. Can you believe that? I mean, the people of Britannia have spoken, and you still got the EU trying to dictate the terms on how Britannia is going to exit the EU. I mean, this unelected governing body, the European Union, is still trying to dictate to Britannia, even though the people of Britannia have spoken. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's why, folks, Donald Trump, and he said it many times during his campaign, that Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. And we are not going to accept the false hopes and the false claims of globalism. We have seen the harsh repercussions of it. We have seen the jobs and the means of production leave America because of it. We have seen the infiltration in our government of agents of globalism. We have seen it in our government. And that's why, folks, right now I am more optimistic than I've ever been in my entire life. But we have to continue to remain vigilant, and we have to remain politically active. There is no turning back. And I say it, and I will continue to say it, liberty and freedom are not given, they are taken, folks. And they can be taken away, too. They can be taken away just as they were when the American public fell asleep at the wheel politically and allowed these bureaucrats to put us in the hole that we are in today. And that's why Donald Trump is a manifestation against all that has happened for the past 60 years. It's a repudiation of the Bush-Clinton crime family. And that's why I'm saying, folks, I am optimistic, and that's why we cannot drop the ball. I mean, even if you're just on a mere social media and you're only followed by 2 or 3 people, you need to disseminate the proper information to contradict the talking heads on the boob tube. You've got to do it. Because if you don't do it, the damn mainstream media is going to do it, and they're going to captivate the psyche of these people. They are going to shape the narrative. They're going to shape the perspective of the minds of these folks. That's why we can't stop, and that's why I'm calling on Britannia. With all due respect, Britannia, it seems to me that once Brexit was passed, a lot of you folks just stopped and thought that that was it. Now I can go back to my life. Now I can no longer be politically active. By God, that was a big mistake, because at this point in time, we're not even sure if Article 50 will even be invoked, for Christ's sake. It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip if whether or not Article 50 will be invoked. And let me tell you, that's a damn shame when the people have already spoken. When the people of Britannia have already spoken, and you have the opposition get away with what they've gotten away with to this point to prevent Article 50 from being invoked to fully fulfill Brexit? Are you kidding me? That's why I'm saying, Britannia, y'all guys fell asleep, and that's what we can't do over here on the Trump train. Do you understand that? If you're a part of the Trump train, the capitalist army, we cannot stop. We cannot stop, and we have to continue what we have done. We have to continue this path of discrediting the mainstream media, discrediting the lies, exposing the hypocrisy of leftism, exposing the hypocrisy of socialism and communism. That's what we have to continue doing, folks, because if we don't, these leftists ain't going to stop. These globalists sure as hell ain't going to stop. So this whole movement that has been spawned by capitalism, by Donald Trump, by the internet, by the alt-right, by those of us that want a different path to America, we have to continue steadfast, and we cannot stop. We absolutely cannot stop. And that's why yours truly has not stopped this broadcast, because I know we are far from winning anything. We have to continue. And that's why I'm continuing, folks. That's why I give my soul every 3 hours. 3 hours a day of this show, folks. 3 hours a day, 2 hours prepping time, 5 days a week. And that's on top of everything that I've got to do as an independent capitalist. You know, as a person who trades, as a person who has several different brick-mortar businesses, that's got a wife, a dog, that's other responsibilities, extended family, so on and so forth. But you know what? This is more important, because I know that the information that I am conveying on this broadcast, whether people agree or disagree, I am sparking synapses in their brains. Whether they agree or disagree, they are thinking politically. They are thinking economically. They are thinking socially. Whether they agree or disagree, they have to articulate why they agree. They have to articulate why they disagree and be able to express that properly to be able to convey to someone else to convince them why they believe what they believe. And that's why I do this broadcast, folks, for no other reason. For no other reason other than to spark synapses in the brains of folks. And I know that I have a huge contingent of young people. As a matter of fact, that's the majority of my base at this point in time, is a group of young people. And I am proud that I am shaping the minds of these young people to be productive capitalists, to be productive members of society, to not fall in line with the mainstream media hype, with the dumbass idiots in the goddamn collegiate higher education system, the freaking professors, not to listen to anybody but yourself. And if you're going to acquire all the information that makes you who you are, you have to acquire it. You have to read. You have to be there and take the time to absorb the information and be able to retain it. And not only retain it, but be able to utilize it, to understand it, to be able to create new ideas out of it. That's what it's about. That's what it's goddamn about. Anyway, folks, once again, I didn't mean to go off on that tirade, But once again, the EU leaders are warning that time is short on Brexit to Britannia, which I think is unbelievably disgusting. All right? Unbelievably disgusting. Anyway, last but not least, folks, the Prime Minister of Japan, Abe, he's going to visit Pearl Harbor here, and he is refusing to apologize for Pearl Harbor. Now, of course, there's a lot of people that are pissed off about it. You know, how dare you? You know, you attack Pearl Harbor. The least you could do is say you're sorry. But as I stated, folks, I mean, I'm not trying to say him not saying him not saying sorry is a good or bad thing, but I'm telling you his perspective, okay, on why the Japanese Prime Minister doesn't feel that he should say he's sorry. Because, folks, we induced Japan to bomb Pearl Harbor. And I've said this time and time again. We knew they were going to bomb Pearl Harbor 3 days before they did it. All right? We encoded the message that called for the bombing of Pearl Harbor, but we just didn't do anything about it. And even before then, folks, lest we forget, and you can read this, okay, because Japan wanted to invade China and because America had an open door policy, quote unquote, with China, which meant, you know, America just went in, took whatever natural resources it wanted and got out anytime it wanted to, that Japan was going to be punished because it insisted on wanting portions of China. I mean, you know, to be honest with you, the Japanese and the Chinese, they've hated each other for centuries, okay? I mean for centuries, okay? And the Japanese, because of World War II at the time, because remember, you had a war in Europe. That war in Europe was extending eastward, and as a result, you had the Japanese basically stating, hey, wait a minute. I mean, you know, you got Germany and Italy out here conquering territories. I mean, I want to be a part of the imperialist game too. You know what I mean? I mean, China has been conquered by the English during the Opium Wars, and they've been in charge of China for freaking 100 years. And the Japs thought, hey, you know, it's time for us. It's our time now. We want a piece of China, so we're going to go into China. We want to go into China. And before they did it, they told the United States, they told everybody their endeavors. And the United States did not want them to go into China because of the United States' open door policy. And prior to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, what the United States did was put economic pressure on Japan. And believe it or not, Japanese had a lot of vested interest in America. There was a lot of Japanese in America. That's why during World War II they had the Japanese internment camps, because there was a lot of them out here. These people were productive members of society. And then all of a sudden, you know, Japan decided that it was going to bomb Pearl Harbor, and we're going to get to the reasons here in a second. And the United States didn't know what to do about it, quote unquote. But let's be honest, okay? The United States froze Japanese bank accounts in America. They denied access to Japanese shipping in the Panama Canal, which is an integral pathway for anyone in that portion of the Pacific to get through so that they can ship their goods to the other part of the world. So they denied Japan access through the Panama Canal. On top of that, they denied oil. They denied selling oil to Japan, which was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's why, folks, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, because they took a chance. They took a chance in that the Japanese thought if they could destroy the naval fleet in the Pacific, that would first be the responders to any kind of a Japanese invasion of China, that they would have enough time to be able to invade China, take over the natural resources, and get the oil from China necessary to continue to sustain their imperialistic endeavors. And literally, that's the whole reason why Pearl Harbor was bombed, was because I'm talking about Roosevelt's administration pushed Japan to the point where they felt that the only way that they were going to be able to sustain whatever imperialistic endeavor that they had was to destroy the naval fleet of America, which was at Pearl Harbor, so that they can go and invade China, so that they can rape the natural resources, get all the oil, so on and so forth. So, folks, long story short, I can somewhat understand why Abe doesn't want to apologize about Pearl Harbor, right? I mean, it unfortunately, it was a war tactic. It was a war call. I mean, they were pushed to that limit, and moreover, even after being pushed to the limit, the Secretary of War at the time had decoded, all right, well, not him, but the people under him had decoded the code in which they had sent a message. The Japs had sent a message that they were going to bomb Pearl Harbor 3 days before it happened, and nobody did a goddamn thing. And you know what happened after Pearl Harbor? It benefited the dumbass, idiotic, pathetic Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And why did it benefit him so generously? He's the only president to serve 4 terms in office. And why? Because of World War II. And, I mean, the rest is history, folks. I mean, these people are evil. The liberals are evil. The Democrats are evil. FDR was a Democrat. I mean, lest we forget, folks, that we were actually allies with Stalin. I mean, lest we forget 1945, I believe it was 1945, Time Magazine's Man of the Year, who was it? It was Stalin. Yeah. I mean, FDR thought we were going to, have some communist kumbaya with Stalin during World War II, folks. I mean, come on, man. Read history. Jesus Christ, man. This is why history is so important. Those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it over and over and over again. That's why they don't put a point of emphasis on history in school today, folks. They want students to be ignorant and don't know about a goddamn thing about history, for Christ's sake. Man, give me my drink.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details. It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
Anyway, folks, look. I'm not defending the Japanese for what they did, but war is war. And if we're going to push, at the time of global instability, because, I mean, the entire world was at war at that time, and then you had Japan, it was like, hey, look, I mean, everybody else is conquering land. I want to conquer some land. I've always hated the Chinese. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they thought. And in essence, folks, we egged on, all right? We egg-rolled on the goddamn Japanese into bombing Pearl Harbor. And that's all there is to it. And anybody who wants to deny it, you're just a complete and utter idiot. All right, seriously. I mean, if you want to deny it, you're a complete and utter buffoon. I mean, you don't know your history. You don't know your goddamn ass from your elbow. You're just some goddamn pansexual Peter Puffer, gender fluid fondler, tainted taco smelling, anal object aficionado, blue ball blowing, Cincinnati bow tie receiving, dirty Sanchez loving, rusty Tom Bone playing, piece of chicken eating, corn boy trash. That's what you are. All right? That's what the hell you are, boy. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, listen. All right, I'm pretty much done talking about all this stuff, all right? I'm pretty much done talking about all this stuff. So let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 563-999-3791. That number again is 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. All right, and before we get on with Radio Graffiti, folks, I would like to remind everybody one more again that we have Remove Kebab Apparel, baby. Remove Kebab Apparel. The only way that you can get that is go to my Twitter account right now. The Twitter account is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name, and click the pinned tweet on my Twitter account. All right, folks? Click the pinned tweet on my Twitter account at Politics Ghost and get yourself some Remove Kebab Apparel, baby. You understand what I'm saying? What a great Christmas gift. It's a great Christmas gift. Remove Kebab. Remove Kebab. Anyway, that's what I'm saying, man. Why don't you wear a meme for Christmas, huh? Why don't you wear a meme for Christmas? And not to mention, I know I got to do some freaking pony merch, for Christ's sake. So, I know I was supposed to take down Mrs. Ghost's autograph last night, folks. I got some emails that stated that some people were going to buy today, so I kept it up one more day. Tonight will be the last night that Mrs. Ghost's autograph will be up for sale. Tomorrow we are going to put the new merch up for sale. Jesus Christ. And I'm talking about this goddamn pony merch. And I'm going to put out another autograph. I'm going to put out a Ghostler autograph, a Ghostler Youth autograph, giving everybody a Ghostler Youth number. It's going to be badass, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it's going to be handmade, hand-signed by yours truly. I mean, that's what I like. That's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And moreover, folks, I definitely am going to give the Inner Circle a Christmas card. I'm going to be emailing everybody in the Inner Circle sometime this week here. And when I do, all you got to do is email me back with your address. If you want a free Christmas card from yours truly, that's the perks of the Inner Circle, baby. That's just the way it is. Absolutely free. There's nothing, no charge, no nothing. All right? And moreover, folks, I know people are asking me about, hey, when can I join the Inner Circle? Listen, I'm not in a rush to do that, but I may put up 50 slots here in the next couple of weeks. And let me tell you, that's it, man. And moreover, what I'm going to do, I'm actually in the process of doing now, is building a website exclusively for the Inner Circle. Exclusively for the Inner Circle, so that we can all commiserate, congregate, kick back. It'll be our own community, that sort of thing. So we got a lot of things in the works, man. But, I'm only one guy. 3 hours a day of my time is dedicated to the show. 2 hours is dedicated to prepping for the show. And the rest of my time, I got to capitalize, and I got to be a husband and all that other stuff. So bear with me. We're coming around the pike, baby. It's all good. You understand that? It's all good. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti. And like I said, folks, if you want Mrs. Ghost's autograph, tonight's the last night. We're going to pull it down here later this evening. You can get to it by typing in your browser ghost.market, ghost.market. And tomorrow we are going to have the freaking pony merch and one more Ghost autograph so that folks can hook it up for Christmas and that sort of thing. And of course, free shipping on everything that's on ghost.market. So you know how that goes, folks. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to Twitter chat. Let's get to Radio Graffiti. Hey, do we have any freaking Radio Graffiti calls, engineer? Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti right now. All right. Let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti. How about area code 352, Radio Graffiti? Scarlet Moon, Radio Graffiti.
This is True Fallout Radio. True Fallout Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of bunkers. Give him nuclear fallout or give him death.
What the hell is that? Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Broadcasting from a radio tower in downtown post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's great. I'm a super mutant. Okay, great. Jesus Christ, man.
Your host, the super mutant they call Ghost.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm a super mutant. That's just great. Jesus Christ. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
Massive blood in stomach from carrying your child inside of her, and it seems like she's gonna pop any moment now. Her both belly button makes it look like she's got a giant third boob, where her stomach once was. She was aroused.
What the hell are you talking about, for Christ's sake, man? You must got one of them relaxed tongues or something. What the hell is that about? How about 256 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, is that me?
That's you.
Oh, shit, son. Man, I called earlier. I didn't know I had my hand up.
My bad. That's right. Hey, thank you very much for your comments on the Alex Jones thing, man. That's right. Sorry about that. You do have the hand up. My apologies. How about 269 Radio Graffiti?
Ghost, buy me a fucking plane ticket so I can smack you with a goddamn history book.
Oh, yeah? Why don't you explain to me why I'm inaccurate historically? Go ahead.
DR was president for 4 terms, right?
Yeah, well, he died in his 4th term, but yeah, 4 terms.
You do know it was legal up until 1947. The 22nd Amendment was passed in 1947, limiting a president to 2 terms. Before that, it was legal. You fucking retard.
No, it wasn't fucking legal, you stupid idiot. All right, it was an unspoken word of honor that the president only does 2 different terms, you moron. All right, it was a dumbass leftist FDR that broke that particular social contract with America because he thought that he was Mr. Dictator and he thought that he could basically be president for life. And if you want the truth, I believe that FDR was killed in office because this idiot was not going to leave. He was not going to leave presidency, all right? So, once again, 269, it wasn't freaking legal, you idiot. And if it was legal, then why in the hell did no other president do it prior if it was so legal and there was no social contract and if it wasn't understood by the presidency, by the first president, mind you? George Washington set this precedent. How come no other president did this?
Because George Washington thought that a president should be limited to 2 terms. It was never made legal.
Look, I'm not asking. I understand why George Washington said that, you idiot. I'm asking you why no other president did what FDR did. That's what I'm asking you. Go ahead.
Why the hell should they just follow a
yeah, exactly. Look at you. You don't even know what you're talking about. You can't even look. Explain yourself. Say it. Hurry up. Spit it out.
Would they not make it a law then? Social contract does not equal
idiot. They made it a law because of dumbass leftist FDR. He wouldn't leave the goddamn presidency, for Christ's sake, man. So get the hell out! Get this stupid idiot out! Listen to me. He can't even explain why no other president did this. And you know, the only president that got close to doing it, it was based on a technicality. It was Teddy Roosevelt, because Teddy Roosevelt fulfilled the term of McKinley when McKinley got shot by Leon Kozlov. All right, he fulfilled that term. He fulfilled a second term and was going to run potentially as a third term, but didn't do it, and allowed I forgot, it was Garfield or Taft. I think it was Taft, the guy that was next to him. I think it was Garfield. Ah, Jesus Christ, I always get those freaking mixed up. Whoever was next to him, it was a fat idiot, okay, that supposedly, according to Roosevelt, confided in Roosevelt and said, hey, I will fulfill your obligation, Teddy. All right, whatever you want. I'm gonna fulfill what you did, Teddy, and did the complete and utter opposite. All right, did the complete and utter opposite. So what did Teddy Roosevelt do? After the first term of whoever was after him, I believe it was Garfield, man. I'm not sure. It could be Taft. I'm not sure. After that first 4 years, Teddy Roosevelt attempted to run again. All right, but as another candidate under the Bull Moose Party. All right, he attempted to run against the incumbent at the time. All right, it was Taft. Thank you very much, Ghost of Stalin. Yeah, real good name, by the way. It was Taft. He ran against Taft 4 years later under the Bull Moose Party, and because Taft was a Republican and because Teddy Roosevelt was a Bull Moose Party, they split the damn vote of the Republicans and allowed Woodrow Wilson into the presidency. Okay? And thanks to Woodrow Wilson taking the presidency, Woodrow Wilson was the man that enacted the Federal Reserve or signed in Federal Reserve into law. So there you go, ass crack, all right? That's the only president that attempted to try to do 3 terms, and he did it in a separate manner. And listen, the only reason Teddy said that he could be able to run, the only reason that he could be able to run on a third term was because the first term of his first term in presidency was a fulfillment of McKinley's tenure. So he wasn't elected for his first term. He was brought in because of assassination. He was elected in his second term, and then he allowed Taft to run after he could have run a third term. He could have legitimately run a third term. So that's why I'm saying, folks, you know, you people don't know your ass from your elbow when it comes to history. That's why I asked this twerp, how come nobody else before freaking FDR ever ran for more than 2 terms, and he couldn't explain it, all right? Because it was an unspoken rule with the presidency that you only serve 2 terms. George Washington set that precedent, and it took a damn leftist piece of crap like FDR to sit here and act like he was Stalin for us to make sure that presidents only fulfill 2 terms, for Christ's sake, man. You piece of garbage. I'm telling you, you know, this is how and then when I ask him, he's like, it's because, stupid moron. How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
Hey there, Mac. Apparently we made a mistake on that delivery of yours. Apparently your wife requested extra large black vibrator that she wanted for Christmas that we had it. So
yeah, whatever, you stupid moron. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? How about 973 Radio Graffiti?
Hey guys, how's it going? I just thought, hey, why not to call on Radio Graffiti? And here I am. So, hi.
Hey, what's going on? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? All right. You shut that crap off, all right? I mean, was that Blink-182, for Christ's sake? All the small things are fruity, like this fruit bowl dumbass song. Oh, yeah, it's a stupid song, and you bought it 'cause 'cause you're half a tard, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. How about 609 Radio Graffiti?
Hey there, Ghostler. It's your old pal, Bubba Clinton. Donald and I are going down to Comet Pizza for a tasty midnight snack tonight.
That's a horrible Bill Clinton. That's a horrible, horrible Bill Clinton impression. You need to sound a little bit more, hey, how you doing? I'm Bill Clinton here. And where's Monica? Monica Lewinsky, come here. I need this service here. Little Willie needs to be serviced because I'm Bill Clinton, and I know what I'm talking about. I mean, give me a break. Learn how to imitate somebody, you stupid milky liquor. 954 Radio Graffiti.
SurgeRadio.org.
Okay, we get that. DDoS that. We got it. How about 786 Radio Graffiti? Or how about 540 Radio Graffiti? Well, we can't even hear you from your Obama phone. 786 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. Just came here to New Jersey, and I was living in Miami. Thank you so much for your show, man. You've given me so much hope just by listening to you. Keep up the good work, and fuck all the bronies.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, and listen, I understand people don't like bronies and stuff, but, they're a big contingent of the show, and they buy a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, I'm going to be shocked if, the brony stuff, sells out. I'm going to be shocked. How about 702 Radio Graffiti?
We need to build a wall, Russ, and that's what's happening whether you like it or not. I don't mind having a big Mexican penis. That I can tell you right now.
What the hell was that about, for Christ's sake? Don't besmirch the name of Donald Trump, boy. How about 443 Radio Graffiti?
Oh.
All right, we got another Helen Keller deaf mute. Shut up. You're a Helen Keller deaf mute. How about 973 Radio Graffiti? Goodbye. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
I eat little babies. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet.
We're not doing that, you sick son of a bitch, all right? I hope you get cancer of the prick doing that, all right? How about 213 Radio Graffiti?
631, you're on the air.
Ghost, hurry up, come over. You're gonna miss My Little Pony, baby bun.
See you later, baby. See you later. Cheers, man. Now, shut up. That's a goddamn splice, and everybody who listens knows it. That's a goddamn splice. Shut up. 919 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost Sock Radio Graffiti.
This is True Ghost's Wife Radio. True Ghost's Wife Radio.
Your host, my wife, Mako Ghost.
The real badass of BTR. Give her the show, or give her death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from her real position as true host in San Antonio, Texas.
My wife is the true host of True Capitalist Radio.
And now, she'll take it from here. The top MILF in the Ghost family. The wife they call Ghost.
God damn it, you son of a bitch. Stop talking about my wife! You son of a bitch! Stop it! Just stop it now! Just stop it, you stupid pieces of crap! Just stop it! Just goddamn stop it! Jesus Christ, man! Give me the mic! Freaking goddamn mic! All of you scumbags, I'm telling you, man. Look. Don't make fun of my family ever again. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I mean, it's bad enough you assholes are buying my wife's autograph, all right? And let me tell you, I mean, you people are still buying my wife's autograph. I mean, I'm looking at the freaking numbers right now at ghost.market. I mean, there's 413 left, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, almost 90 autographs of my freaking wife, for Christ's sake. What are you going to do with them sick-ass perverts? Good God. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti. Danny J. Radio Graffiti. Look, what's going on between me and your phone is personal, all right? Jesus Christ, where's my drink, man? This is getting intense now, folks. All right, this is getting intense now, folks. This is getting intense. Get the sick ass crap. Get it off. You stupid closet crony piece of crap. You're sick. Jesus Christ, and I still gotta freaking produce pony merch after this? I still gotta produce pony merch? I mean, good God. And I still gotta produce pony merch after this sick crap? God damn it. Oh. I'm getting infested by bronies, man. I'm getting infested by bronies. Good God. Oh my God, that's sick. You clopping bastards, it's sick. Oh my God, give me the mic. I mean, man, you guys are sick, twisted bastards, man. I'm serious, man. And I got to produce pony merch after this sick stuff? I'm telling you, man, I'm having freaking buyer's remorse with this goddamn pony crap. I'm not joking around, man. I don't want... Let me tell you something. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, look, I got to do it, but I don't want to talk about it, man. It's pissing me off just thinking about it. It's pissing me off just goddamn thinking about it. Jesus Christ. How about Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti? Goddamn Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. Come on. Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Swallows around and can barely move half of the time. She's developed an insatiable craving for your dick, and you likewise developed a taste.
Can you shut this stupid foreigner up? Shut up, you stupid immigrant! How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
In an attic all day. Had nothing better to do besides fuck.
Shut the stupid dumbass immigrant! Damn it! You damn immigrant! Learn how to smoke it! Learn how to goddamn smoke it, you dumb stupid immigrant! Learn how to smoke it! Jesus Christ, man! Give me the mic! Stupid mic! I got freaking immigrants calling me up, for Christ's sake, trying to talk to me like I give a crap. You know? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Please, lay down on your back. The strips of her almost comically too small clothes and knees.
Shut up! Shut this stupid immigrant! God damn it! Stop calling my show, you African booty scratcher! God damn it! Stop calling my show! Stop calling my show! Give me the freaking mic! Freaking mic! Stop calling my show, you freaking African booty scratcher! God damn it! Anonymous Radio Graffiti! What the hell's going on? We got more Helen Keller deaf mutes, for Christ's sake? How about 808 Radio Graffiti?
Yo, Ghost Capitalist here, man.
Hey, what's going on, Kahuna, man? How you doing?
Oh, nothing much. I have a question for you, actually. Does Inner Circle, by any chance, get any discount on the pony merchandises?
Oh, man. Why would you ask me that, Kahuna? Why? I mean, Jesus Christ. I guess there's Inner Circle discount for the freaking pony. Damn it. God damn it, this is pissing me off. God damn it, this is pissing me off. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Give me a freaking goddamn mic, man. I mean, I guess there'll be Inner Circle discounts. I mean, why? I'm getting infested by... Damn it, man. I'm so sick of this crap, man. I mean, this is why nobody wants to come on this broadcast to be interviewed. Do you know that? This is why nobody wants to come on this. They don't want to be interviewed. They don't want to come on this broadcast to be interviewed. They don't. It's because of you people. It's because of you troll terrorists and cyber vermin and bronies and tohus and freaking enemy pricks and all you freaking sick ass perverts. Nobody wants to come on here. Nobody wants to be interviewed because of you sick fuck. God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it.
It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details. It's time for Holiday Taste of Sam's. Hurry into your club and sample delicious party foods. Get inspired and delight your friends and family throughout the holidays. While you're there, save on your favorite appetizers, like 3 pounds of easy peel shrimp for just $19.98, or 10 pounds of yummy Tyson chicken wings, also just $19.98. Treat yourself and save at Sam's Club, December 16th through 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Join us for the Holiday Taste of Sam's Club. See Club for details.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh, my heart. Oh, my God, my heart, man. I mean, this is just too much, man. This is just too much. I mean, really, Jesus Christ, man. I just got to think about this. I mean, I just got to stop and I got to think for just 1 second, just 1 minute. And I think to myself, man, how many of these sick, twisted, clopping pricks are actually listening to me, man? I mean, how many? I'm so serious. How many freaking bronies, man? How many enemy, man? How many toes? How many of these sick freaks? How many of it? Oh, my God, man. Oh, man. I don't know how to think, man. I don't know how to view this. I don't know how to view this, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, my God. Give me the freaking mic. The goddamn mic, man. I'm telling you, you people, you're driving me to drink. You know that? Give me my freaking mic. Give me my beer, man. Jesus Christ, I'm out of beer. More beer! More beer, for Christ's sake, man. Good God, man. I got to get some more beer here, for Christ's sake. I can't help it, man. Give me some more beer. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. I mean, I mean, y'all are driving me to drink, man. Y'all are driving me to drink. Y'all are driving me to drink, man. God damn you sons of bitches, man. It pisses me off that you people affect me this way. You know, I mean, I'm serious. I'm not joking around. It pisses me off that you people affect me this way, for Christ's sake, man. I give you 3 hours of my life every single day for 5 days a goddamn week. I've given you almost 1,500 hours. 1,500 hours of my life. And all I'm asking is for a little bit of respect of it. Just a little bit, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on. Good God, man. Hey, 337 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, you know, Piggy Pie is the best pony, so if you're selling merchandise, be sure to include her in them. There are a lot of refugees.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm not doing it, all right? All right, I'm not doing it. You take whatever pony merch I give out. You take it. You like it. You eat it. Eat it. Eat it, you freaking brony. Oh, Jesus Christ, my nose is bleeding, for Christ's sake. You see what you're doing, man? You're making my freaking blood pressure so goddamn pissed off. My nose is bleeding. I'm freaking bleeding here. I'm freaking, God damn it, you scumbag. You're making my nose bleed. You're making my freaking goddamn blood pressure boil, for Christ's sake. My freaking nose is bleeding. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Freaking bleeding because of you pricks. My freaking nose is bleeding because of you pricks. Oh, God, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, man. My freaking nose is bleeding out here. Thanks a lot, assholes. Thanks a lot. I'm freaking bleeding. I'm bleeding, for Christ's sake. Oh, my God. I got 10 minutes left. I mean, good God, I'm sick of this crap. You have tainted this Taco Tuesday, each and every one of you goddamn troll terrorists and cyber vermin. You goddamn tainted this goddamn Taco Tuesday, you scumbag. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Why don't you turn down the goddamn radio, you stupid moron? 805 Radio Graffiti.
For all you folks that are going to sit over here and talk garbage about
My little pony, my little pony, my little pony.
Piss off. Seriously, it just reminds me of the olden days. Not only does it remind me in a nostalgic sense of my childhood and watching my old father and mother servicing glory holes, and little old Ghost here, 13 years old, 12 years old, smelling it, and then decided that, hey, it's time for me to turn a little fruit bowl, and time for me to turn flesh flute player. And let me tell you something right now. When I first took a taste of that crap, I was like, yeah, and passing out. But now, let me tell you something right now. It gets me hard. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch! I never said that. I never freaking. I never said that. Christ. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Jesus Christ, give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. You making my blood boil, all of you. All of you. Give me a freaking beer, man. Oh, God. I gotta calm down. Oh, my God. I gotta calm down, folks. I gotta calm my ass down. Jesus Christ. I'm only going to take a couple of more callers, folks, because I don't know how much longer I can take. I'm going to be honest with you, man. My nose is bleeding. I'm bleeding. Jesus Christ. Hey, look at this. We got Trump and capitalist radio graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. I actually have something to admit to you, and it's not really pretty, but you said over the Twitter shouts that, I was doing drugs or something of that nature. And unfortunately, that's true. But it's not the drugs that you're thinking. It's called capitalist drugs. And what these drugs are is basically, first and foremost, I'll give a shout to Asheville for supplying me with these. They're ghosts. They are ghost autographs that are bootlegged. And what I do is I take these autographs, I light them a fryer. If I try to get one to go here, there we go. And what I do is then I smoke it, and then I always say 420 blaze it. Oh man, what's going on, everybody?
God, get this guy off of here. What is wrong with you, Trumpin'? What is wrong with you, Trumpin'? Parentheses. What the hell has happened to you? Good God. Oy vey, shut it down. Oy vey. 330 Radio Graffiti.
The world famous comedian Bill Cosby, and I'm just calling for your wife's famous the banana pudding that I could put in my.
Yeah, just shut up. That's a horrible damn freaking Bill Cosby freaking impression. Give me a break, man. 973 Radio Graffiti.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Goodbye. Who else do we got here? We got, how about 347 Radio Graffiti?
Shout out to Igor התימני and Ilasera. כל ישראלים פה מסיבות.
No habla, all right? Mama la chocho, pendejo, tú no vale verga, all right? Pendejo. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Willie Atkins Radio Graffiti.
We're having an online auction right here, right now. Everybody put your bids on the computer screen right now because we're going to auction off
True Capitalist pony merch.
All right? Come on now. Sold to Donald Trump for a half a bit.
You know, I'm getting sick of this. You goddamn brony clopping pieces of crap, stop rubbing in my face that I have got to sell pony merch. Stop rubbing it in my face, asshole. Stop rubbing it in my face that I have got to sell pony merch. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. I'm going to be honest. I am not happy about it. God, you know what? I'm done with this show. Give me the mic. You know, I mean, I got to come back tomorrow. I got to do a broadcast at 4 p.m. I'm going to be forced to sell freaking disgusting pony merch. let me tell you something. You know, if it's going to be pony merch, it's got to be capitalist related. All right? I'm going to turn these bronies into capitalists. That's what I'm going to do. I got an idea. It just struck me right now. If I'm going to be forced to sell pony merch, I'm going to turn these ponies into capitalists. I'm going to turn these ponies into capitalists. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I got it. I'm going to turn these ponies into capitalists. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to turn them into capitalists. By God, wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow and to see what I'm talking about. I'm turning these goddamn ponies into capitalists. That's it. End of story. Anyway, folks, I'm getting the hell out of here. Follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost. And click the pin tweet on my Twitter account so that you can get your Remove Kebab apparel, baby. And it's only around for a limited time. It's a perfect Christmas gift. So go and click the pin tweet on my Twitter account. And, of course, I will be here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I'm going to be here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And let me tell you, if I'm going to produce pony merch, I'm going to make ponies into capitalists. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to produce ponies into capitalists. Long live the capitalist army, baby. And I'm out of here.